All right. For the last time, good evening from Lexington's County, South Carolina. Andrew Selliver and Will Trubshaw with you. It's that kind of week, and it's been that kind of week for the HiToms as HPT comes into tonight with a Blowfish on the schedule for the last time. Losers of 3 straight, including last night dropping a heartbreaker 4-2 against the Forest City Owls, a game that the HiToms probably feel they should have won. Committed 2 errors. And you could have ruled it a 3rd error on a 2-run double in the 8th to left that Rowan Watt couldn't field that led to the 2 winning runs for Forest City and a 4-2 win. And Will, the HiToms, essentially a must-win game tonight. If they lose, they're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but all but have to win this game.
Well, that's right, Mr. Trubshaw. Will Selliver here. And no, just kidding. But yeah, this becomes an extremely important game after the loss for the HiToms last night. Another tough loss for the HiToms because it's one it kind of felt like they could have won. Not saying they absolutely would have had things gone smoothly, but you can't make a couple errors in the field and then a misplay at the wall with that green monster by Rowan Watt out in the left. Not entirely his fault, put in a spot where he has to play the outfield because the HiToms were short-handed. But the HiToms have just made it harder on themselves. They really got to get back in the win column tonight. And they got to win at least 3 out of 4, maybe even 4 and 4. You got to win out the rest of the season if you want to try and squeak into that last playoff spot.
So we'll get you the updated division standings in the Coastal Plain League after we get you the final scores from last night. Peninsula beat Martinsville 14-10. Martinsville is essentially eliminated from playoff contention. Forest City wins 4-2 over the HiToms. Savannah 11-1 winners over Asheboro, all but eliminating the Zookeepers from playoff contention. And then Macon won 5-3 over Florence. That's the one that puts the HiToms into trouble as Macon sits in the driver's seat for the 2nd playoff position in the West Division. And then one exhibition, the Wake Forest Fungo 4-2 winners over the Wilmington Sharks. So the West Division standings, Savannah 14-7 in the second half, Forest City and Macon 11-9, Asheboro 10-11, High Point-Thomasville 9-11, Martinsville 8-11, and Lexington County 8-12. But that's not what matters with Savannah, a 2.5 game lead as we head to the last 4 games of the second half. It means that the overall will most likely be needed to decide the 2nd playoff spot in the West should Savannah win the second half as well after they locked up the first playoff spot from winning the first half. So when you look at the overall standings, Savannah clearly ahead at 33-12, and then for that 2nd playoff spot, Macon at 22-22, High Point-Thomasville at 21-23, as is Forest City 21-23. And so the HiToms a game back in the overall of Macon. The other problem being that Macon holds the tiebreaker advantage, being head-to-head, and since these 2 teams didn't play, it is then second half record, which the Macon-Bacon would have a better second half record if the teams finish tied in the overall. So the HiToms have to have a better overall after Saturday than the Macon-Bacon, meaning if the HiToms win 3 of the last 4, then Macon would have to lose 3 of the last 4. If the HiToms win the last 4, Macon would have to lose 2 of the last 4. For the HiToms, here's how the last 4 go out. It's here at Lexington County tonight, and then a day off before at Forest City Thursday, at home again against Asheboro Friday, and at Wilson on Saturday. And it feels like a must-win game tonight. It will feel like a must-win game on Thursday. All of the last 4 will feel like the HiToms must win. And if the HiToms are able to get it done tonight, then they'll sit back and watch tomorrow night and hope that Savannah can knock off Macon. Macon's final 4 is 2 against Savannah and then at Forest City, and finishing off Saturday against Florence. As I said, the HiToms, if they win 3 of 4, Macon has to lose 3 of 4. If the HiToms win 4 of 4, Macon would have to lose 2 of 4. It's doable, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it really is. You think, too, a couple of those losses could come at the hands of Savannah for the Bacon, just because Savannah's really had everyone's number this year. But the HiToms, they can't just rely on other teams. They've got to get the job done themselves, too, here.
And we'll get you the starting lineups tonight, beginning with the visitors. Will has the HiToms starters.
Yeah, there you go. Court Maynard gets the start tonight at second. He leads things off for HPT. That'll be in just a moment here. Eli Wiesner, the first baseman tonight, bats second. Eric Grintz in the 3 spot. He's behind the plate catching. Jared Brown, the cleanup hitter. So 1 through 4, really strong for the HiToms. A lot of pop at the top of that order. Cam Brantley, the left-handed hitting right fielder tonight for the HiToms, bats 5th. Rowan Watt back in the lineup. He's been barreling some balls up of late. They just haven't found the grass. He'll be the designated hitter in the 6th spot. Jose Vargas gets the start at short. He bats 7th. Vito Paterno out in left field, bats 8th. And Joe Delaney rounds out the starting 9 for the HiToms. He'll be playing center field. And the starter tonight for HPT, it's going to be Caleb Kozart making his first start of the season last night. Clay Edmondson made his first start after being mostly a bullpen arm last night in Forest City and was really good through 4 innings. We'll see if Kozart can have some of that same magic tonight.
All right, we'll take a quick break for the national anthem here on HiTom Radio. And when we return, we'll get you the starting lineups for the home team, the Blowfish, who come in at 18 and 26.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family, having a career,
Reaching goals,
finding your purpose.
your passion.
believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad, excuse me. What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
All right, we're back here after the national anthem at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. The final time that the HiToms make the trip down to South Carolina this season. 4th to last game of the regular season and what is essentially a must-win to keep the playoff hopes alive. We have the starting lineups now for the home team, the Lexington County Blowfish, who come in at 18 and 26 overall and 8 and 12 in the second half. Leading off and playing second base, number 21, Crosby Jones. The third baseman is Billy Amick, who bats second. Brock Vredenberg, one of the hottest hitters in this league, bats third and plays first base. Batting cleanup is the designated hitter Brody Hopkins. The right fielder Tristan Becerra bats fifth. Ward Hacklin, the left fielder, bats sixth. The 7 hitter is Bryce Alexander. He's out in center field. The shortstop, Travis Elliott, bats 8th. And rounding out the starting 9 for the Blowfish is Caleb Oakley, who is behind the plate as the catcher. The starting pitcher tonight is Parker Whittle. As Will said, Caleb Kozart making his first start for the HiToms. This is just the second start for the lefty Parker Whittle, the sophomore out of Winthrop. HiToms looking for a win to stay in the playoff hunt, desperately needing a win here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. And the HiToms have had good fortune here in the 2 games they've played against the Blowfish. They come in with a 3-1 overall record against Lexington County, 2-0 here on the road against the Blowfish in 2 thrilling games. They won 10-8 in 10 innings, and then they came back from an 8-2 deficit with a 7-run 8th inning to win 9-8. So 2 thrillers and 2 victories. HiToms looking to make it a perfect 3-0 on the road against the Blowfish tonight.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the magic has been there for the HiToms. They need some more of that magic tonight, and desperately, just to snap this losing streak and get back in the win column. We've been saying all along, really need to be over 500 to finish the season in playoff position, and that's what it'll take now to win 3 or 4 or 4 or 4 to help put you back in that driver's seat.
And we are ready for baseball here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. Parker Whittle toes the rubber, the lefty out of Winthrop. He winds and fires first pitch at 7:06, and it misses outside with ball 1 to Court Maynard. First pitch temperature is 92 degrees, a hot one, feels like 98 here in Lexington, South Carolina. 1-0 pitch. Broken bat, single up the middle off the bat of Court Maynard, and the HiToms are in business early with their first base runner. That's something that HPT desperately needs. This the lowest scoring 3-game stretch for the HiToms all season, dating back to Ashboro in a 5-1 loss Saturday, 12-2 loss on Sunday, and then last night 4-2 losers at Forest City.
Yeah, this is the first time all season the HiToms have not scored 3 or more runs in 3 consecutive games. So the offense sputtering at an inopportune time right now, and it hasn't been because they've been facing great pitching either. Just like the HiToms have lost a lot of pitchers, so has everybody else. So the offense kind of in a funk right now, but they're hoping that start by Court Maynard can jumpstart things tonight in Lexington County.
First pitch in there for strike 1 to Eli Wiesner, who bats from the right side. Heavy dose of righties in the lineup tonight. Only true lefty in there will be Cam Brantley. Jose Vargas will switch to the right side. 0-1 pitch from Whittle. Swing and a miss. So 0-2 the count. We get you the starting lineup again for the HiToms. It's Maynard, Wiesner, Grintz, Brown, Brantley, Watt, Vargas, Paterno, and Delaney. The umpires tonight, Scott Alexander calling balls and strikes, Vince Kreisier over at first, and Jeffrey Sumter at third. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball just off the outside corner. Wiesner goes down on 3 straight pitches.
Well, a couple fastballs on the outside there to Eli Wiesner, and he did not have a lot of success catching up to any of them. Behind on it, strikeout for out number 1.
HiToms wearing their red uniforms with blue lettering down the buttons top to bottom, and then they have the blue numbers on the front and the back. Wearing the red caps with a navy bill, and then gray pants and red stirrups tonight. Blowfish in their patriotic uniforms. First pitch to Eric Grintz. Liner over to shortstop. The only play is at second. Flip on to first is not in time. So a fielder's choice allows Eric Grintz to reach first base. Elliott flipped on to second, and Jones for the 1 out on the play. And there's 2 down for Jarrett Brown, who hit a home run last night. His 4th CPL home run and his 2nd over the Green Monster in left at McNair Park.
Yeah, just cranked that ball. One of the lone bright spots last night for the HiToms. One of the only 2 runs that they scored, and at the time, that gave the HiToms a 1-0 lead. Forest City would come back to tie it quickly.
So for the Blowfish, it's a white jersey as the first pitch comes in and misses outside. Ball 1 to Jarrett Brown. It has a Statue of Liberty outline on that white jersey. Navy lettering says Blowfish. Navy numbers on the back. One sleeve is red and white stripes, the other blue with white stars. White pants as well, and a navy cap with the Blowfish lettering. The other cool thing, as the 1-0 misses upstairs for ball 2, is each individual uniform has a different first responder group from around the area where you might normally see a player's name at the top on the back of the jersey. Cool way to honor those who serve in the local area. 2-0 pitch, runs outside with the fastball. It's 3-0.
Not too dissimilar concept from the uniforms the HiToms wore last Friday on United Way Night and HiToms for Humanity Night at the ballpark. The names of sponsors and or first responders, important community figures represented on the backs of those jerseys.
From the stretch, the 3-0 pitch. And that's right down the middle, taken for strike 1 by Jarrett Brown.
Well,
Parker Whittle, a lefty at 6'1", 180, sophomore out of Winthrop. Fastball, changeup, and slider mix. Comes in with 9 appearances and just 1 start with the Blowfish. Here comes his 3-1 pitch. And it misses inside. It's a 5-pitch walk, and there's 2 on with 2 away for Cam Brantley.
You mentioned just his second start, 15 in the 3rd innings. It is now 10 appearances on the year and doesn't walk a lot of guys. 25 strikeouts to 7 walks, a 4.10 ERA. And so he's been finding the strike zone a lot. Doesn't give up a lot of hits either.
We repeat the defensive orientation for the Blowfish to you. Left to right across the outfield is Hacklin, Alexander, and Becerra. And then left to right across the infield, Amick at third, Elliott at short, Jones at second, and over at first is Vredenberg. First pitch on the outside corner with the fastball. 0-1 the count to Cam Brantley. Oakley behind the plate catching, and Whittle on the mound for Lexington County, who stands at 6'1", 180. First left-on-left matchup of the night, facing off against Cam Brantley, the junior out of NCA&T, who takes strike 2 at the knees again with the fastball. So after the first walk of the night to Jarrett Brown that puts 2 on, Parker Whittle looking to get out of the top of the first scoreless.
Well, I had a feeling he'd go right back to pounding the zone, really doing a good job nibbling on the corners.
Here comes the 0-2, and he finds the outside corner, strike 3, looking with a fastball. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, and the HiToms leave 2 runners on the base paths. HPT 0 and the Blowfish coming up when we return.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Bottom of the first start of the season with the HiToms for Caleb Cozart, the redshirt sophomore and righty at 6'5", 260 pounds, out of the University of North Carolina, transferring to UNC Greensboro next year for his redshirt junior year. Grew up in High Point, North Carolina, just down the road from Finch Field. And he hasn't had the best numbers so far with the HiToms across 5 appearances. A +8 ERA and 8 2/3 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 12 hits. It's a 4-seamer, a slider, and a changeup mix. Has good velocity. It's all about the command for the righty.
Yeah, it is. Hasn't factored into a decision yet, but that's the thing is the 8.30 ERA kind of jumps out at you off the page. But he hasn't even gone 9 full innings yet over the season. It's been a really small sample size for Caleb. He's had a couple outings where he's gone more than an inning, 3 to be exact. He went 3 innings against Martinsville in a 7-1 loss back on July 16th. And he went inning and 2/3 against the Blowfish June 25th. He gave up 3 runs in that outing. And 2 innings, gave up just 1 run against the Zookeepers back on June 19th. So it's been a mixed bag for Caleb. Was trying out some of the two-way stuff for a while with the HiToms, but actually strained his hip flexor. That cost him a couple weeks in the summer here, but he gets the start tonight. We'll see what he can do with it.
Here comes his first pitch. Big swing and a miss from the leadoff batter for the Blowfish, Crosby Jones. We get the starting lineup again to you. It's Jones, Amick, Vredenberg, Hopkins, Becerra, Hacklin, and Alexander, Elliott, and Oakley. 0-1 pitch. Sharp Shopley over to short. Throw on to first from Jose Vargas is in plenty of time, and there's the first out for Caleb Cozart.
Yeah, take a look at the HiToms defensively. You got on the infield left to right, Brown, Jose Vargas, who made that play. Court Maynard at second, Eli Wishner at first. In the outfield, they go Brantley in right, Delaney in center, Paterno in left, and Eric Grins, the backstop for Caleb Cozart. That's the battery tonight for the HiToms.
Sun maybe 15 minutes away from setting here in Lexington County. First pitch chop foul at the plate by Billy Amick. Until then, the hitters and fielders will have to deal with some severe shadow problems as the shadows cover most of the right side of the field. The plate and the mound at the moment are in full sun though. 0-1. Breaking ball that just missed up and away. 1-1 the count. Crosby Jones, who led things off, one of two All-Stars in the starting lineup today, along with Brock Vredenberg, who waits on deck. Billy Amick at the plate now. 1-1 pitch is in there at the numbers for strike two with the fastball.
Yeah, talking about Brock Vredenberg when he gets to the plate, but what a week he just had. Was named Hitter of the Week in the CPL.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Challenged him with a high fastball, and Amick swings right through it. First strikeout victim of the night for Cozart, and there's 2 up, 2 down.
Well, so far, so good for Caleb Cozart at the ground with a short. That time challenges Amick upstairs, gets the swing and miss.
So now comes Brock Vredenberg to the plate. Will just mentioned it. He won CPL Hitter of the Week for his efforts over the past week, a week where the Blowfish got right on the right track with a 6-1 record over the past 7 games. First pitch is just off the outside corner at the knees, ball 1. Vredenberg, a huge guy, 6'7", 230, sophomore out of Michigan State, and he hit .500 with 14 hits, 3 doubles, and 3 home runs over the past week, and that one just missed again off the outside corner, 2-0.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that, I mean, you got to think once he really puts it all together, he's going to be dangerous. Still just, he'll be going into his junior season at Michigan State this year.
2-0 pitch. He checked his swing and it caught barrel. Tried to lay off an inside fastball and he fouls it off towards the HiToms dugout down the third base line. 2-1 the count.
But then this last week from, go ahead.
Dugouts here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium way down the lines near the first and third base bags. It's an interesting stadium. 2-1 pitch, lined right towards second base and just past the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Court Maynard.
Well, he stays hot. Those last 7 games, he was hitting exactly .500 with 14 hits. 7 of which the extra base variety had 3 homers, 3 doubles, and a triple, and drove in 19 runs in 7 games. I mean, that is just unreal for Brock Vredenberg, and again, continues to swing a hot stick.
So at Lexington County Baseball Stadium, they say they modeled it after 4 different stadiums. It's 317 down the left field line, modeled after Yankee Stadium with a short porch, as it's just a 4-foot wall as the first pitch misses upstairs to Brody Hopkins, the DH, for ball 1. Maybe 30 feet of 4-foot wall before it goes back to the 8-foot standard wall. 394 in center, modeled after Wrigley Field in Chicago. Big swing and a miss at the slider, 1-1. 318 down the right field line. They say that's modeled after Fenway Park. And then the backstop is 50 feet behind home plate, modeled after Dodger Stadium. 1-1 coming. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Hopkins went up and chased it. It's 1-2.
It makes it really difficult, I think, for especially the outfielders and your backstop. With the park such a kind of Frankenstein's monster of different hodgepodges, you got to be able to play each part of the park differently.
1-2 pitch, misses off the outside corner in the dirt. Slider Hopkins didn't chase. 2-2 the count. Brody Hopkins, a two-way player out of the College of Charleston, headed to Winthrop to be teammates with tonight's Blowfish starting pitcher in Parker Whittle. Sophomore at 6'5", 205 in the DH spot. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chased another high fastball. Caleb Cozart fans 2 in the inning, and he strands a 2-out single from Brock Vredenberg over at first base. Your score 0-0 through 1 at Lexington County Baseball Stadium.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals,
finding your purpose.
your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Well, the HiToms have been a pain in the side all season long for the Blowfish. Come in at 3-1. Their 3 wins over Lexington County in all close fashion, 10-8 in 10 innings. After a 5-5 finish in the 9th, the HiToms put up 5 in the 10th to win that one here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. The first matchup of the season was a 3-2 come-from-behind win for the HiToms, including a 2-run go-ahead home run from Eli Wiesner in the 8th. And then the HiToms trailed at 8-2 here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium before putting up 7 in the 8th to win it 9-8. Although the Blowfish did get the HiToms number the last time out, winning 14-5 to start a 6-game winning streak last week. Parker Whittle on for inning number 2. First pitch swing and a miss from Rowan Watt for strike 1.
Yeah, that was the game that got Lexington back on the right track. It resurrected their second half as they were struggling mightily.
It's been a serious season of streaks for the Blowfish. 0-1. Just missed off the inside corner with the fastball. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, every team has streaks, but I mean Lexington County especially this year have had quite a few elongated stretches.
They started the season 9-4, then 3-21. Another pitch off the inside corner, off the edge of the glove of Oakley behind the plate. It gets all the way to the backstop. 2-1 to Rowan Watt, who's in the DH role tonight for the HiToms. So a 9-4 start had the Blowfish thinking maybe they could win the first half. Then they went 3-21, including a 12-game losing streak, and now they're 6-1 coming into tonight. 2-1, way up and away with the fastball, 3-1. 6-game winning streak, not even the longest winning streak of the season for Lexington County. They won 7 in a row as a part of the 9-4 start to the season. Winding and firing. And that one again upstairs with the fastball. A 5-pitch walk, second walk of the game so far for Whittle. And the HiToms get the leadoff man on for the second straight inning.
And last time leadoff runner was erased by when it was Court Maynard who had singled on the fielder's choice. So HiToms, that's been another problem for them of late, is leaving the men on base when they do get them on.
Now it's Jose Vargas who steps to the plate. Vargas got the start last night, a 1-for-3 night with an infield single and a walk. Shows bunt, lays it down the first base line. That could be trouble. Over to field it is Whittle. His throw on to first is in time.
Oh, wow.
Well, a great play after Vargas laid down a soft bunt down the first base line. Whittle had to come off the mound as he falls to the left side and then comes towards the first base line. He had to spin and throw on to Vredenberg and beats Vargas by a half step.
That's a heck of a play by Parker Whittle right there. I'll tell you what, the ball was hit really slowly. Pretty much a perfectly placed bunt as it just died up along the right field line. But Whittle quickly got off the mound and got Vargas by maybe a half step. I mean, that was a bang-bang play. But it gets the job done as it moves a runner into scoring position for the HiToms. So you'll trade the out there.
So now it's Vito Paterno in the 8-hole. He takes a look at ball one just below the knees with a fastball. Watt now stands at second. Second time the HiToms have had a runner in scoring position after Brantley struck out looking to end the first and leave 2 on. Parker Whittle had decent numbers this season with Winthrop. A 5.03 ERA, gets a swing and a miss to even up the count at 1-1. Had a 1-3 record though, so that's the concern. And starting isn't new to him. He had 6 starts in 19 appearances, but just 1 start so far this summer with the Blowfish, and that came against Macon just 7 days ago when he went 3 innings pitched in a 14-5 win. 1-1. Grounder through the left side, that's into left field. Getting the wave around third is Watt. The throw comes in and it's cut off by the shortstop, Elliott, and that is the first run of the game. RBI single from Vito Paterno right through the 6-hole, and HPT takes the lead for the second straight night.
Well, there you go. This time the HiToms getting on the board a little earlier. Second inning. And just a solid swing right through the left side. The shortstop, Elliott, was kind of holding Watt on at second, so he really had no play. That probably would have been his ball otherwise. Sharply hit through, and Watt getting the send around. Throw not even close to the plate, so an easy first run for the HiToms.
First pitch misses outside with the fastball to Joe Delaney. Vito Paterno had the go-ahead RBI in the 9-8 win here against the Blowfish, and he picks up the first RBI of the game. 1-0. Fouled back into the netting by Joe Delaney, 1-1 the count. That's RBI number 8 on the season for Vito Paterno, who came in just batting 168 on the season, but he picks up a big base hit to lead off the scoring for the HiToms tonight. Sophomore out of Mount Olive stands over at first. 1-1 the count to Joe Delaney. Whittle delivers. And that one's skied out of play down the first base line. We'll get all the way into the parking lot.
You know, you can be 168 on the season, but right now he's batting 1,000 tonight. The HiToms, they just need him to worry about tonight's game. That's all really the HiToms can do at this point in the season. With so much on the line, you can think about the playoff picture all you want, but that'll just add undue stress. You have to take each game a game at a time.
1-2. Misses upstairs with the fastball. Count even up to the center fielder tonight for the HiToms, Joe Delaney, who's been playing essentially every night. Got the day off on Sunday against the Sharks, but he can't wait to get to the rest day tomorrow for HPT. Same with a lot of these guys who have been playing nearly every game. 2-2. Fouled back. Spoils a good fastball on the outer half.
Yeah, really good job just to get a piece of that one. Just sticking the bat out enough to foul it off, stay alive. But yeah, for the HiToms, this concludes a 7-game and 7-day stretch. And then you come back and you finish the season on 3 straight games. But taxing for sure, especially with the amount of travel the HiToms have had to do. Out at Forest City last night, then back on the road today here.
Here comes the 2-2, and it's fouled off again. Good battle at the plate by Joe Delaney. Spoils another fastball on the outside corner. And you said it, Will, the HiToms can only control what they can control, and tonight it's all about HPT. Macon not in action. Forest City has an exhibition against Appalachian, and so for the HiToms, they want to win tonight and then sit back and watch some results tomorrow on the off day and see where they stand. Great battle here between Whittle and Delaney. Another 2-2. Misses off the outside corner, count run to full.
Really good at bat being put together here by Joe Delaney. Let's see if he can get the payoff that he wants.
6 pitches in. The next pitch will be number 7 for Parker Whittle. It will also be pitch number 30. He kicks and fires. And that one's hit well out towards left field. Long run to the track. And making a gliding catch out there is Hacklin in left center field. Boy, a long run for Ward Hacklin, and he chases down a deep fly ball from Joe Delaney, and Parker Whittle wins the battle.
That ball was crushed. Again, the dimensions in Lexington County Baseball Stadium a little different than normal, but that ball, I mean, had some serious carry on it. It's carrying out to arguably the deepest part of the park, too. Just a few feet shy of the wall on the track, but I'd like to see that from Joe Delaney, a little pop.
And that is going to be a check of second base. They throw back, and they rule that Vito Paterno didn't touch the bag when he came back. He was off and running, and he rounded second base, and they say that he crossed second base and then didn't touch it on the way back to first. So the appeal from the Blowfish is won, and that ends the inning. Well, what was just a few feet away from a 2-run home run ends up in a double play for the HiToms. They had 2 last night on double offs on line drives on the infield. This time, Vito Paterno gets caught lacking on the base paths, and it turns into 2 outs. Not before the HiToms scratch across the first run, courtesy of an RBI single from Vito Paterno. It's 1-0 HPT halfway through 2 on the road in Lexington County.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Twice last night, the HiToms got doubled off, both on line drives to short, where the HiToms got caught too far off the bag, and then snapback throws turned into double plays. This time, it's a long fly ball to the warning track from Joe Delaney that turns into out number 2. And Vito Paterno thought it was going to touch down, so he rounded all the way around second base, and then on his way back to first, must have missed the bag. So he's doubled off on a peel back to second base to end the inning. And that brings up 5, 6, and 7 for the Blowfish after HPT strikes first. Caleb Cozart's first pitch is hammered out to right. Looking up, you can forget about that one. Tristan Becerra just crushed one into the trees, and on the first pitch of the bottom half, we are tied. Lexington County 1, HiToms 1.
Well, that didn't take long. Just moments after Joe Delaney missed a home run and the HiToms get doubled off, you get a solo blast out to right field, just 3-0-2 to the corner like we said. But that ball would have been gone just about any ballpark. Crushed off the bat of Becerra. And we got a brand new ball game in the second.
Home run number 4 for the freshman out of Clemson. Didn't even play in his first year with the Tigers, batting .214, and he just demolished one. First pitch to Hacklin, big cut and a miss. If you're Caleb Cozart, how do you settle down after that moonshot?
Well, do what you did there, just fire a first pitch strike past Hacklin.
0-1, big swing and a miss on the breaking ball, 0-2.
Maybe avoid the breaking ball for a little bit. I couldn't quite tell what it was that he dropped in on that first pitch. Clearly left it hanging over the plate. So my thing would just be do what you did in the first inning.
0-2 way upstairs with the fastball. 1-2 the count. Ward Hacklin, a grad student out of Columbia International University. 1-2. Breaking ball just missed the inside corner. Hacklin started his college career at Spartanburg Methodist for 2 years, then went to Newberry in 2020 and 2021, and finished up this season at Columbia International. 2-2. Lifted out into the right center field gap. That could be trouble. Long run for Joe Delaney. He watches that one fly off the wall. Relay throw into second base is not in time, and it's a stand-up double for Ward Hacklin.
Well, that ball nearly got out, too. Just carrying it off the wall. Delaney played it well. Got a quick relay throw in, but nonetheless a home run and a double to start out here. And Caleb Cozart getting hit pretty hard to start out the second inning.
Caleb Cozart faced 4 in the first, just gave up a 2-out single to Brock Vredenberg and stranded him at first base. Now back-to-back extra base hits and a potential go-ahead run in the bottom of the second. Stands over at second base with nobody out. Price Alexander in from the left side. Junior out of Columbia International as well. Teammates with Ward Hacklin. First pitch on the outside corner with the fastball, 0-1. For the Blowfish, they were eliminated from playoff contention last night with the Savannah win. What do they come in with trying to win for? What is the motivation for Lexington County tonight?
Play spoiler, right? I mean, this is still important bats for all these guys going into their next college seasons.
0-1, chop to the right side. That'll advance the runner. Throw on to first from Court Maynard in plenty of time. There's the first out, but there's a go-ahead run 90 feet away, and a sac fly could score Ward Hacklin.
Well, but to finish that point, you know, playing for pride, you're playing to spoil some of these other teams. You got a chance to really put a dent in the HiToms postseason plans here tonight if you can get a win. But also, again, it's reps for these guys. They're getting more experience. It's 4 more games to prove to your college coach that I should be starting every single day when the 2023 spring season rolls around.
Now it's Travis Elliott, the shortstop, sophomore out of the Citadel. Stands at 5'8", 185 from the right side. First pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Good stop by Eric Grintz. Grintz got the night off for the most part last night. Pinch hit in the 9th for Josh Jones and hit one to the warning track in dead center, but was out number 1. HiToms only able to travel with 2 catchers at the moment. 1-0 pitch on the outside corner, 1-1. And that means that DJ Russ is not willing to put the other catcher in the designated hit spot. As we've seen, whoever's catching Eric Grintz or Bo Rusher, we've seen a lot of times the other one will be the DH. But with only 2 catchers, you can't afford an injury and not having a catcher. That one lined the other way down the right field line. That's in fair territory, and that will score a run. Heading for second is Elliott. Throw is bouncing off the glove, and not able to field it is Vargas. Well, Brantley got to it quickly. He made a strong throw that beat the runner, and Vargas couldn't quite grab it to apply the tag. It's an RBI double, and the Blowfish have the lead.
Well, really strong throw. Just a hair in front of second base. Vargas, I don't think, read the hop at first. And understandably, he's just trying to get the tag down more than anything, but you got to make sure you have it in the glove. So a double and another run in.
Eric Grintz out to the mound to talk things over with Caleb Cozart. 3 extra base hits from the first 4 batters to the plate in the inning. Brings up the 9-hole hitter Caleb Oakley. The Blowfish have taken their first lead of the night. And how big was that double play, and how much momentum did that give Lexington County coming into the inning?
Well, it certainly gave them something. It took a lot away from the HiToms. You get on the board with Vito Paterno's single, and then Joe Delaney gives that ball a ride. Even if even though it ended as an out, if Paterno doesn't get doubled off, you still have 2 outs. But you kind of feel like, well, we can make some solid contact off this guy. And it turns over to the top of the order, too, is the other thing.
First pitch breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1 to Oakley, freshman out of Francis Marion. One of 2 Francis Marion players on this team. His fellow Patriot Robbie Jordan, a pitcher as well. 1-0 pitch on the outside corner with the fastball, 1-1. For Caleb Cozart, the longest he's ever gone this season was against Martinsville, 3 innings pitched. We mentioned this being his first start with HPT. Gave up 2 runs that day on 4 hits, 3 walks and a strikeout. Already 2 through 1 1/3 after a scoreless first. The Blowfish are on fire with the bats to start the second. Cozart steps off the mound, back on it. Here comes a 1-1. That one's chopped foul down the third base line. Heads towards the HiToms bullpen. Bullpen's all the way at the corner. HiToms down the left field line, Blowfish down the right field line. The back of the bullpen matches up with the outfield wall.
Well, now you're heading to count 1-2. You need a big out. You got to make your pitch here. Put away Caleb Oakley, get that big second out, and try and leave Travis Elliott stranded at second.
Top of the order looms on deck with Crosby Jones. Cozart comes set and delivers. Breaking ball just misses at the numbers, and it rode off the outside corner for ball 2. Slider has some good glove side run from the righty Caleb Cozart, and it continued to work away from the righty Caleb Oakley, and he takes a close pitch to even up the count. Cozart nods yes to the sign, lifts and fires. 2-2 is fouled out of play into the first base concourse. Oakley spoils a fastball in on his hands.
Turn into our Blowfish information booth. You'll get a free Chick-fil-A Frosted Lemonade and eat more chicken.
30 pitches into the outing from Caleb Cozart. What have you seen, Will?
I mean, the stuff looks good. It's just the second inning, it's getting hit all of a sudden. I think that Cozart's maybe missing his spots a little too much, living too much over the plate. Got to go a little further outside, I think, especially with that slider. Has that good glove side run. Just go back to it. Maybe get a chase here from Oakley.
He readies for another 2-2 and delivers. Another slider, and again it misses upstairs and off the outside corner. And now a full count to the 9-hole hitter, Oakley. You don't want to put him on and face the top of the lineup with just one out in the inning.
No, you want to find a way to keep this lead where it is right now for the Blowfish, at just a one-run lead.
Here comes a big payoff. And misses up and in with the fastball. A great battle at the plate by Caleb Oakley earns the first walk of the day from Caleb Cozart, and there's 2 on for Crosby Jones.
Back to the top of the order for the Blowfish. Here's the second baseman from the Citadel, number 21, Crosby Jones.
Well, you got Crosby Jones to ground out his first time up to shortstop. Another ground ball here would be good news for the HiToms. It might mean a double play opportunity.
DJ Russ out of the visitors' dugout down the third base line to talk things over with Cozart. Nobody warming up in the HiToms bullpen at the moment, so this will just be to talk over strategy and try and calm down the redshirt sophomore rather, out of North Carolina.
Giving you a chance to win a free VIP parking space and 2 tickets to our next home game.
Cozart this year had really good numbers with the Tar Heels. Didn't pitch a lot, but across 8 appearances had just a 1.08 ERA. Opponents hit just .219 off of the righty. Those numbers haven't quite translated, though, with the HiToms. As we said, an 8.30 ERA, similar to his numbers in 2021 with the Tar Heels, where he had a 6.48 ERA across 13 appearances. Hasn't started this season with the HiToms, didn't start this season with the Tar Heels, but made 5 starts back in 2021 with UNC. The walk to strikeout ratio has been pretty consistent around 1 in his years with the Tar Heels and this season with the HiToms.
I think some of it, too, can come down to mechanics for Caleb Cozart.
First pitch to Jones, swing and a miss. Change up on the outside corner had Jones fooled.
Pre-game, he does workouts with the plyo balls and whatnot, but he really focuses on keeping his arm at a 90-degree angle. It helps him get the movement and velocity he needs on his pitches.
0-1. Check swing on another changeup. Jones went around. Another outside pitch that Jones chases. It's 0-2 to the second baseman for Lexington County.
And right now doing a good job of keeping that form. I bet that's what DJ Russ went out to talk about, is remember to lock in physically. Right now, 0-2 count, looking for a big second out here.
He comes set. Lifts and offers. Misses outside with the fastball, 1-2. Crosby Jones, a junior out of the Citadel, hit 186 this season with the Bulldogs, hitting 302 though with the Blowfish. That's just a tick under the team lead, which belongs to Brock Vredenberg at 318. Vredenberg just took over that average lead on the team in the last week, when we said he hit 14 for 28 over the past 7 games. Jones grounded out to the shortstop, Vargas back in the first. 1-2. Misses well inside. Good stop by Eric Grins, who had to dive to his right and kept it from going all the way to the backstop.
That's a big stop by Grins. Keep both runners at bay. You don't want them moving over into scoring position with just 1 out.
We mentioned 50 feet to the backstop. Guarantees anything past the catcher, allows every runner to move up here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. Here comes a big 2-2 offering. Line through the right side into the outfield. Cam Brantley on to field it quickly, getting the stop sign over at third is Elliott, and they're loaded with 1 out in the inning. Well, both runners had to freeze up on a sharp line drive, and that avoids a run coming home. But big-time offense so far this inning. That's the 4th hit in the inning for the Blowfish, which brings up Billy Amick.
Well, again, for Cozart, just another pitch that looked like he got too much of the plate. Probably a spot in 2-2 where you want to go off the plate a little bit, but right over the heart, and enough for Crosby Jones to turn out into right field.
First pitch on the outside corner with the fastball, 0-1 to Billy Amick. Infield comes in at the corners. Wiesner and Brown in at first and third on the edge of the grass. Double play depth up the middle for Maynard and Vargas. Outfield straight up. 0-1 the count. Cozart delivers. Just misses at the knees off the outside corner with the fastball, 1-1. This feels like a very big inning for Caleb Cozart to try and keep the HiToms within striking distance.
Well, especially now, you've got the bases full, just one out. It's becoming a Herculean task in the way that the Blowfish are seeing the ball this inning.
Here comes a 1-1. On the outer half with the fastball, taken for strike 2. Next pitch will be number 40 and number 25 in the inning for Caleb Cozart, who still just has one out. And the ever-dangerous Brock Vredenberg waits on deck. Amick hitting .267, freshman out of Clemson, where he hit .105 in 9 games played this season. Here comes the 1-2. Chopped up the middle, could be 2. Vargas on to Maynard for 1. Flip over to first, is not in time. Well, a bit of a weak toss from Jose Vargas to Court Maynard that hung in the air for a while, allows a third run to come home to score on a fielder's choice. Elliott home, over to third is Oakley, and beating out the throw is Amick at first.
Yeah, probably a play where Jose Vargas could have put a little more velocity on that toss. Don't want to overhand it because then you probably overthrow the second baseman. He made the right play to flip underhand. Just needs to get a little more on it because it didn't give Maynard a whole lot of time to complete the relay.
Amick picks up RBI number 21. It's a 3-1 lead for the Blowfish in the second. And now comes Brock Vredenberg. First pitch. Chopped ground right through the first base side past Eli Wiesner. That scores 1. Heading for third is Amick. There will be no throw in. And they're at the corner still. It's a 4-1 lead. And Brock Vredenberg is 2 for 2 in 2 innings.
Still the hottest man in the CPL. This time he picks up an RBI with this single. And going first to third is Billy Amick. So the threat's still not over, even though you got 2 outs. Still plenty of trouble to work with here. As the 9th batter of the inning comes to the plate.
Jake Landis warms in the pen for the HiToms, lefty out of Pfeiffer. That brings the 9th batter in the inning to the plate. Hopkins takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
What's really weird about the start is that Caleb Cozart is getting a lot of first pitch strike. He's getting himself ahead in the counts, but the Blowfish with pretty solid approach at the plate. They're taking a few pitches, some of those waste pitches that you will normally see chases on. And then when it gets to a 2-2, 3-2 count, they're teeing off on Cozart.
0-1 misses downstairs, 1-1 the count. Hopkins struck out swinging to end the first. 9th batter in the inning. Cozart trying to get out of it with just 4 runs allowed. And he misses in the dirt, 2-1 the count. Latest hit for Brock Vredenberg is RBI number 45. That puts him a good 17 clear of Ryan Oots, who's second on the team.
That's got to be pretty near the top of the CPL, too, for Vredenberg.
2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss at the slider. 2-2 the count. And to answer your question, Will, it's by far the most in the Coastal Plain League as well. 12 clear of Trent Youngblood for the Zookeepers.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling. I mean, that is just a crazy season that Vredenberg has put together here.
Here comes a big 2-2 pitch from Caleb Cozart. Just missed at the knees off the outside corner with the fastball. Count run full. Blowfish threatening to bat around in the inning. 5 hits in the inning already, 4 runs across. Still runners at the corners in a 4-1 game, and a 3-2 count to the designated hitter Brody Hopkins. Cozart winds and fires, and he misses off the outside corner, drags a fastball into the left-hand batter's box, and the bases are back to loaded. Here comes DJ Russ, and Caleb Cozart won't be able to work himself out of the second inning. It's the first call to the bullpen for either team. Jake Landis will be the new reliever for the HiToms. And we'll take a quick break as the HiToms have given up their lead. It's 4-1 Blowfish, 2 outs into the bottom of the second here on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Back here in the bottom of the second, 4 runs already in for the Blowfish, threatening for a whole lot more. Caleb Cozart's day is done. He gets through just 1 2/3 in his first start as a HiTom, and it's probably one he would like to forget, especially the second inning. After he just faced 4 and didn't give up a run on just 1 hit in the first, he's given up 5 hits in the inning, and he's still responsible for the 3 runners on base with 2 outs. Jake Landis will look to work out of a jam, facing a lefty in Tristan Becerra when he comes in. Landis, a lefty himself out of Pfeiffer University. Decent numbers on the season with the HiToms, a 2-0 record, a 6.30 ERA across 16 appearances and 1 start. He has 1 save. He's thrown 20 innings, 23 strikeouts to 8 walks and 27 hits. And he's a guy that's all about his location, not a lot of velocity, fastball and breaking ball mix. And the fastball just sits around 85 compared to the 91 that Caleb Cozart throws.
Yeah, last appearance came in the loss on the 24th to the Sharks at home. When an inning pitch, gave up an earned run on 1 hit, picked up a strikeout as well. It didn't really matter, though, as the HiToms were already well down at that point in the double-figure loss. 2-0 on the season with a 6.30 ERA for HPT is Jacob Landis.
First pitch to Becerra. Big swing and a miss. Nasty slider there. Becerra way out in front, his second AB. He led off the inning on a first pitch home run well over 400 feet into the right center field trees.
Yeah, and you would ask me how can Caleb Cozart recover after giving off that leadoff home run. I said, well, he's just got to do what he did in the first inning. Missed barrels, kind of tailed to the outside part of the plate, but he couldn't do that. Just kept missing over the heart of the plate. And this Lexington team that has been swinging the bats very well of late, they were able to take advantage.
0-1, big swing and a miss on a chase from Becerra, slider in the dirt, and Landis is 1 strike away from getting out of this bases loaded jam. Landis looks in for the sign from Eric Grins. Bases loaded with Blowfish. Landis comes set at the belt buckle. The lefty winds and fires, and he misses in the dirt. Slider again, and this time Becerra is able to lay off.
I like the idea, though. He had shown an inability to lay off first time he'd thrown the slider, so go back to it on the 0-2 pitch. Just a good hold up by Becerra.
So now it's 1-2.
Yeah, and you kind of understand why DJ Rush went to the bullpen here with the off day looming tomorrow and the playoffs on the line. You can't waste any chances, and you got a whole off day tomorrow, so you'll have time to rest the arms, but better to empty out the chamber tonight.
Here comes a 1-2. And it just misses below the knees on the outer half. 2-2 the count. For Jake Landis, this is a left-on-left matchup, so this would be the time to try and get out of the inning. Facing Tristan Becerra, Ward Hacklin waits on deck. Deuces are wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Landis kicks and delivers. And he just misses at the knees. Fastball for ball 3, nowhere to put Tristan Becerra. HiTom's dugout thought that was strike 3 looking.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Looked like it just missed off the plate. And this has been the hardest pitch for the HiToms to get tonight between Cozart and now Landis is that put-away pitch.
Amick at third, Vredenberg at second, Hopkins at first. A big 3-2 count. Here comes the payoff pitch. And it misses low from 0-2 to ball 4. Jake Landis walks in a run. That run is charged to Caleb Cozart. And now he faces Ward Hacklin in a left-on-right matchup.
Well, again, Landis gets ahead of the first batter in Becerra, 0-2. He's in the driver's seat, but just a couple misses and narrow misses off the plate. And it turns into a walk and another run in, a big 5-run second inning for the Blowfish.
Still threatening for more. First pitch sliced out of play down the first base line by Ward Hacklin. His second AB in the inning after the home run to start it from Becerra. Hacklin nailed a double off the left center wall. RBI walk from Becerra puts him at first. Hopkins at second, Vredenberg at third. Amick comes in to score, 5-1 the lead. Here comes an 0-1. Misses low in the dirt with the fastball, 1-1 the count. Well, this HiToms team hasn't put up more than 3 in any of its last 3 games offensively. They trail it by 4 now, and the bats will have to get going. The question is, how big will the Blowfish lead be at the end of this second inning?
With the way these at-bats are going right now.
Here comes a 1-1 upstairs.
It certainly feels like the lead might grow a little more, already a 4-run lead. But these are just patient at-bats by the Blowfish. They're not chasing anything, things that you would normally chase. They're just laying off some, quite honestly, good breaking stuff, good pitches by the HiToms. The HiToms just can't buy a swing to save their lives right now.
2-1. Finds the inside corner with the fastball. Hacklin can't believe it as it looked inside to him. He is right on the chalk of the right-hand batter's box. So it runs the count to 2-2, and again Landis 1 strike away from leaving them loaded. It's back to 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the inning. Sun fully set. Field full of shadows. 2-2. Swing and a miss, foul tipped into the glove of Eric Grintz. And finally, the HiToms are out of the inning. Not before 11 come to the plate for Lexington County. They scratch across 5 on 5 hits and take the lead right away from the HiToms. Blowfish by 4 through 2 on the road for the HiToms.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad!
Excuse me.
What about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals,
finding your purpose.
your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the off-season, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
Top of the lineup, 2 up for the HiToms as they look to try and scratch a few runs across themselves. HPT took the lead 1-0 in the top of the second and then ran themselves into a double play, and immediately following, the Blowfish jumped all over the starter Caleb Cozart and ran him out of the game. Final line for Caleb Cozart is 1 2/3 innings pitched. He faced 13 batters, struck out 2 and walked 2, allowed 6 hits and 5 runs, all 5 earned on 46 pitches. Will the HiToms bring the top of the lineup here to the plate in the third, and you feel like they have to get some runs back to get the momentum back?
Yeah, and you're only down 4, and you are a little fortunate that it's not more. Good job by Landis to finally get that out, to get out of the inning.
HiToms had a couple opportunities to get out of the inning. Nearly turned a double play off the bat of Billy Amick. Instead, he reached. That led to 2 more runs after that. And then an 0-2 count turned into a walk that led to another run in the first AB for Jake Landis facing Tristan Becerra. Court Maynard up to the plate for the second time. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. Third inning of work for Parker Whittle.
You certainly don't have to get them all back here for the HiToms. But if you can find a way to scratch 1 or 2 runs across, cut the deficit down to 2 in just the third inning, that's a better outcome. You don't want to be down 4. And you don't want this to be a quick inning either. You want to make Whittle work.
Big swing and a miss at the 1-0. 1-1 the count to Court Maynard. Singled to start the first inning for the HiToms. He takes ball 2 just off the outside corner with the fastball. 2-1 the count. Parker Whittle had to wait a while after his team sent 11 to the plate in the bottom of the second. We'll see how he can attack the HiToms after that long break. Reliever winds and delivers. Check swing, and Maynard chased the high fastball. 2-2. I say reliever. Whittle is the starter today, but he's used to relief work. And so it must be a weird feeling having to sit in the dugout after pitching an inning for that long.
Well, I think that's the hardest adjustment for a guy who is a reliever to make when you get added to the starting rotation, right? Is you have to figure out how to relax in between innings but not lose your mojo.
2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss from Court Maynard and another fastball, and he is the 3rd strikeout victim of the day for Parker Whittle.
Yeah. Most pitchers, if you're a relief pitcher, you come out, you let it eat for 1 inning, and then you're done. But this, you have to, A, pace yourself, but 2, stay focused on the game when you come out in between inning after inning.
Whittle has averaged less than 2 innings of work per appearance, 15 1/3 innings pitched across 9 appearances coming into today. Foul tip off the end of the barrel from Eli Wiesner for strike 1. And Whittle made easy work of the HiToms home run leader and RBI leader the first time he came to the plate. 1, 2, 3, strike 1, strike 2, and strike 3 swinging for the first strikeout of the game.
Yeah, the Blowfish scouting report on Wiesner seems to say go outside. All the pitches we've seen so far have been on the outer part of the plate, and Wiesner just able to foul one off, but barely got it with the barrel of the bat.
Whittle winds and delivers an 0-1, and he misses well upstairs with the fastball. 1-1 the count. And I think the Blowfish learned their lesson against Eli Wiesner the first time he came here. Was his second home run against the Blowfish. He hit it .415 over the left center gap. The first home run being the go-ahead home run in Game 1 between these teams of the season. 1-1 sliced out of play, 1-2. That being a 2-run blast in the 8th inning at home to take a 3-2 lead that the HiToms would go on and win by 1 run.
Yeah, definitely a guy you can afford to pitch around right now if you're Lexington County.
Here comes a 1-2. Just misses below the knees with the fastball, 2-2 the count.
But I guess even at that, they're not really pitching around him. They're just pitching him very strategically, and it's working right now.
Parker Whittle, trying to equal his longest appearance of the year, has gone 3 innings 3 times. Here comes a 2-2 from the lefty. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second straight AB that Eli Wiesner has been fanned by Parker Whittle, and it's 2 straight swinging strikeouts for 2 outs in the 3rd.
Again, just going off the plate, Wiesner chasing, trying to do something with it, but no dice and back-to-back Ks. And this is kind of what you didn't want to do for the HiToms. I wanted to make this an inning where Whittle, at a minimum, had to work.
Now it's Eric Grins to the plate, trying to extend the inning. First pitch, taken below the knees for ball 1 on the changeup. Eric Grins, first game he's played in that he didn't get a hit in last night, but he only had 1 AB and a pinch hit opportunity in the 9th. 1-0 pitch to the UNC Tar Heel. Chop to the left side, that'll be a tough play. In it, short, long run, throw on to first is not in time. So Eric Grins beats out an infield single. Elliott charged it at short, but that was just hit so weakly, he was almost to the pitching mound before he could field it.
Yeah, that was a really tough play. Whittle never really making an attempt to get off the mound, so Elliott has to charge. And Grins hustling down the line, credit to him, for going the full 90 there to beat that throw out.
So now in every game that Eric Grintz has started, that being 20, he has had a base hit.
So officially the hitting streak over, but he starts a new one now. And still the numbers are gaudy for Eric Grintz.
First pitch on the outside corner, strike one to Jarrett Brown. Grintz leads the team with a .429 batting average coming into tonight. This is 22nd game with the HiToms. Jarrett Brown at the plate, and he swings through a nasty breaking ball. 0-2 the count to the HiToms third baseman. Well, Jarrett Brown hit a home run last night, his 4th of the season. He launched one 380 over the left field monster, 25 feet at McNair Park. 0-2. Just missed the outside corner. I think every single Blowfish fielder was walking off the infield, and that got turned down in a hurry. Count now 1-2. Whittle just missed the outside corner. A very different left field wall here, 4 feet at Lexington County Baseball Stadium to the 25-foot monster at Forest City.
You can just hit it on a line out to left.
1-2 pitch, bounces in the dirt. Good stop from Oakley to keep Grintz over at first base.
The launch angle not as necessary. And it's a shallower left field too. Even at Forest City at McNair Park, it's 324 out to left, and you add that onto the 25-foot wall. I mean, it is really an impressive feat to hit one out, especially the way that Brown did.
2-2 the count to the HiToms third baseman. Pitch again, just misses the outside corner. Again, the Blowfish infield was headed towards the home dugout off the first base line, and they have to head back to their positions as the count is now run full.
Well, the first time I thought they had a case, it looked like a strike to Brown. That time you could tell the ball pretty low in the dirt. And a good AB work being worked here by Jarrett Brown with 2 outs.
Cam Brantley waits on deck. He struck out looking to end the first. Here comes a 3-2. Runner goes, and it swung on and missed. Brown chases a high fastball, and he's down on strikes. 3 strikeouts in the inning, 5 total on the night for Whittle. He ties his season long in innings pitched and maintains the 4-run lead for the Blowfish.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity.
Manufacturing.
DNA research,
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals,
Finding your purpose.
your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Parker Whittle gets a big shutdown inning in the top of the third, fanning 3 of the 4 HiToms he faces and consolidating the 4-run lead for Lexington County. Now it's Jake Landis on for his first full inning of work after he came in and left the bases loaded in relief of Caleb Cozart in the second, and he would love to do the exact same and keep the HiToms just trailing by 4. A lot of work left here for HPT as they are off to a rocky start.
Yeah, Whittle has looked really good, and that spells trouble again for an offense that has really been sputtering of late. You were really hoping they could find a way to get on the board and make something happen in that inning, just to scratch a couple runs across and decrease the deficit a little bit, but not the case. And now you got to hope that Jake Landis can keep the Blowfish at bay, well, maybe for a couple more innings. Don't know how long the leash will be here for Jake Landis, but you hope that he can get you a couple of innings in relief, as Cozart went just 1 2/3.
Yeah, the HiToms could really use some length out of Jake Landis tonight. He has started 1 game with the HiToms. That start didn't go too well. His season long in innings pitched is just 2 innings. That's a mark he's reached 4 times, including in his start at Forest City when he went 2 innings pitched and gave up 2 runs. We'll love to hang a 0 here. as he faces 7, 8, and 9, bottom of the Blowfish order. 2 of the 3 of these batters did reach in their ABs in the 5-run second.
Alexander was actually the first out of the inning. He grounded out to second, but then, yeah, it was Travis Elliott who doubled in a run, and then Caleb Oakley was able to reach and come around to score on a walk.
First pitch swinging, blooper over to Jarrett Brown, and he backs up 2 steps from third and fields it for out number 1. That'll help, as Jake Landis just needs 1 pitch to retire the center fielder Price Alexander for the first out in the third. 11 pitches in the 2 batters faced for Landis in the second. So now he's up to 12 as he faces Travis Elliott.
Well, in an ideal world, you make that same pitch 2 more times, you get 2 more little pop-ups over to third base. But nonetheless, a good start for Jake Landis here. You've got to just keep Lexington County quiet for a couple of innings here. Give your offense an opportunity to get it going. The other thing now is the pitching has to do their part and keep the game close enough that the offense can come back so it doesn't become a blowout like we saw against Wilmington.
1-0 the count as the first pitch missed low, and again Landis misses this time up and away to Travis Elliott. It's 2-0 the count to the shortstop tonight for the Blowfish. 2-0 pitch, dots the outside corner, 2-1. Great spot there from Jake Landis with the fastball. Gets himself right back into the count. 2-1 pitch, sliced the other way. Diving stop by Wiesner at first, but he will have no play. It bounces out of his glove. It stays on the infield, but that will be ruled a single. A hot shot in the hole. Wiesner barely was able to even get a glove on it. Kind of snow-coned it for a little while, and then when he went to pick it up, he had no play as it bounced out. Even if he did get to it and field it, Jake Landis probably would not have been over to the bag in time, and Wiesner had all his momentum carrying him straight to second base. 1 out infield single for Elliott, his second base knock of the game, and his first 2 hits with Lexington County. It had just 4 ABs across just 1 game, that being against Macon 2 days ago. So his batting average will increase dramatically. First pitch swing and a miss to Oakley.
Yeah, that's what a small sample size will do for you. A couple hits in a game, and the average goes shooting way up. And a guy coming in as a late addition, that's the thing. You see a lot of teams losing guys late in the season, but then a lot of guys get added late, too.
0-1 the count to Oakley. Landis kicks and fires. And that one's lined over to the right side, fielded by Maynard. Only play is at first, and he throws it on to Eli Wiesner. Advances the runner Elliott over to second. Now 2 outs for the top of the order.
Smart play there by Court Maynard. All his momentum taking him to first. No way he has a chance to turn 2. Just got to get the force out at 1.
It was a weak slicing hit off the bat of Oakley as it carried Maynard over into the 4-hole, and he fielded it on 1 hop. Elliott easily over to second. 2 outs, though, in the inning, and Crosby Jones looking for his first RBI of the night. First pitch, bounces in the dirt. Eric Grins slides over to his left in the right-hand batter's box to field it for ball 1. Once the sun is now set, the lights are turning on. Still blue skies here in Lexington County, and it's turning into a really nice evening.
Yeah, humid earlier, but this wind, you can kind of hear it on the microphone. It's picking up, and it is cooling things off in a hurry.
1-0 is fouled back to the netting. 1-1 the count. No wind happening out in the field. Flags standing still on the foul pole behind the left center field wall. They do have some nice fans on, though, for us that'll cool us down here, and the temperature dropping pretty rapidly. Should be down to around 80 degrees by the time this game finishes. Little mound visit there from Eric Grins, talking over signs with his relieving pitcher Jake Landis, possibly now with the runner Elliott at second, having to change some things up. Now Landis is ready. Here comes his 1-1. This is upstairs. Jones thought about offering, instead holds up, and it's a 2-1 count. The Blowfish have recruited heavily from the South Carolina area. Over 75% of the roster coming from South Carolina, including Crosby Jones out of Irmo, South Carolina. 2-1, swing and a miss. Landis fooled him with the off-speed offering, and the count now 2-2.
Well, it kind of makes sense that they can corner the market. They're the only other South Carolina team in the CPL, the Spartanburgers, no longer in existence as of this season. So if you're going to recruit the area, you've got pretty much a monopoly on it. Well, I beg your pardon, the Florence Flamingos too, but
2-2 the count. The pitch. Slider off the outside corner. 3-2.
But you think about the area that you're in here, right near the state capitol. You've got the University of South Carolina for one. You've got Winthrop in the area. You've got the College of Charleston. Clemson's not too far down the road. There's a lot of schools that you can pick from right around here for the Blowfish.
Runner at second is Elliott. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Landis looking for his first 0. 3-2 the count. He pitches. And that one's fouled off. Crosby Jones spoils a Knipes breaking ball on the outside corner, and it stays 3-2. 3 Clemson Tigers on this roster, 3 Citadel Bulldogs as well. Several College of Charleston and Columbia International guys on the roster for the Blowfish. And then 4 South Carolina Gamecocks to add to that list. Another 3-2. And again, it's spoiled an outside fastball. Jones just sticks out the bat and lifts it over the third base netting and into foul territory.
Good AB being put together here by Jones. This is what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. Guys at the top of the order make you throw a lot of pitches and ideally get on base as the end result.
7 pitches in the AB already. Jake Landis gets the sign for number 8. He comes set at the chest. Landis lifts his leg and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jake Landis wins a long battle on 8 pitches against the one-hole hitter in Crosby Jones. He leaves Elliott over at second base and keeps the lead for the Blowfish right where it is. 3 innings complete here on the road in Lexington County, South Carolina, and it's all Blowfish so far. 5-1 the lead for Lexington County.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000?
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the off-season, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
Now batting for the HiToms, the right fielder from North Carolina.
Back here in the top of the 4th, the day is done for the starter, Parker Whittle, who goes 3 innings pitched, faces 13, throws 47 pitches, strikes out 5, gives up 2 walks and 3 hits, and just 1 run earned through 3 innings. So the new pitcher on the mound is Josh Chopper. His first pitch misses well outside to Cam Brantley for ball 1. And Will, what impressed you so much about Parker Whittle tonight?
I'd have to say the strikeout numbers. Kind of knew it coming in, 25 Ks to 7 walks on the season thus far.
1-0 misses well outside, 2-0.
And that ratio more or less kept up here, but he just did a good job of missing bats, especially at the top of that HiToms order. I mean, you got Court Maynard, Eli Wiesner, Eric Grins, and Jarrett Brown, and he struck out all of them at least once. He got 2 swing and misses from Eli Wiesner, who's done so much damage.
And that one's hit well out towards left field. Ranging to his left is Hacklin, and he backs up a couple steps in the gap and fields it for out number 1.
He's got a lot of swing and miss hit. He never really seemed rushed, but he was just pounding the zone. I mean, a really good outing for his first outing. Now we'll see if Topper can do more of the same. This is his 10th appearance with the Blowfish, 12 2/3 innings. Prior, he'd given up 16 earned runs, so he's definitely hittable. The ERA sitting at about 8.52. 11 walks to 6 strikeouts, so command going to be somewhat of an issue as well.
Big curveball on the outside corner to Rowan Watt for strike 1. It's a 4-pitch mix for Josh Topper. Fastball, changeup, slider, and curveball at the first look at the Big 12-6 curve. 0-1. And this time it misses outside. 1-1 to Rowan Watt. He walked and came around to score the only run in the second so far for the HiToms. Topper, a righty out of Milligan University at 6', 200. A senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. And he throws another curveball, and this time it bounces in the dirt. It's 2-1.
Not Milligan University, but Milligan University. There you go. All right. The more you know.
Topper comes set at the belt buckle and delivers. And that fastball is on the outside corner at the knees, 2-2.
Good pitch by Topper. Kind of an over-the-top delivery as well from the right side. Certainly gets a lot of downward movement on his pitch.
Josh Topper will correct that. Is actually transferring to Milligan as his 2-2 misses upstairs. It's 3-2. Played his 2022 season with Pfeiffer, where he had a 9.21 ERA.
Teammate of Jake Landis.
Teammates with Jake Landis. They're both in the game right now at the same time. Big 3-2 coming. And that one's laced into left field. It'll bounce in front of the left fielder, Hacklin. It's a 1-out base knock for Rowan Watt, and he's reached in his first 2 plate appearances.
Yeah, there you go, Rowan Watt. Stay hot. I said in the pregame that he's been barreling some baseballs up of late. He's just kind of hit into bad luck as he's hit some screamers right at guys. At that time, able to find an opening in the outfield, and a single for Rowan. See if that jump starts the offense a little bit.
For those of you wondering about Milligan University, it's a private Christian university in Elizabethton, Tennessee. First pitch swing, grounder back to the pitcher. Only play will be at first, and that's where the throw goes to retire Jose Vargas. If Topper immediately gloved it, maybe he turns 2 on that. Instead, he just knocked it down. So he runs over towards first and flips on to Vredenberg. It's a 1-3 put out of Jose Vargas. It does get the job done to move Watt into scoring position. Now 2 outs for Vito Paterno.
Well, that ball was hit so hard, I don't know if he actually would have had a chance to glove it. I think he made the right play there just to bat it down. He was swatting a fly with his glove, but deadened it right on the mound, and an easy flip on to first for the second out. Not a double play, but you'll take that as there's still just 2 outs. All you have to get now is 1 off of Vito Paterno.
Vito Paterno did get the only RBI so far on a single to score Watt in the second. First pitch is lifted into foul territory down the first base line. Long run for Vredenberg, and he just runs out of room. It lands probably 4 feet on the other side of the first base wall.
That ball was tailing quickly out of play. Vredenberg had a beat on it, but it just carried too far at the end into the bullpen for the Blowfish, and a break there for Vito Paterno.
So Paterno will try and use that to his advantage and get another single, or maybe even more, to score Watt from second. Picked up RBI number 9 back in the second, looking for RBI number 10. 0-1 from Topper. That one again sliced foul down the first base line. Back-to-back fastballs that Paterno has been late on from the right side.
Late so far. Maybe do you slow him down A little bit change speeds with a changeup or an off-speed pitch. Try and catch Paterno out in front.
Topper readies on the mound. Hides the ball behind his back. Now comes set with it in the glove at the belt buckle. Righty lifts the left leg and fires. And again, it's slice foul out of play down the first base line. Another fastball. Again, Paterno was late on it, but again, he spoils the pitch.
Now just make Topper throwing pitches here. At some point, might get him to slip up here.
Vito Paterno, the sophomore out of University of Mount Olive. Great year this season for the Trojans as they went 34-20, lost in the Conference Carolinas championship game. That one grounded through the left side. Watt was off on the play, and he's going to come home easily to score. It's another RBI single from Vito Paterno. He's 2 for 2 on the night, and the HiToms cut into the 5-1 lead. It's now 5-2.
Well, there you go, Vito. Stay hot in this game. Like we said, after his first at-bat, the season average well below the Mendoza line, but he's 2 for 2 tonight, batting 1,000 right now, and that's what the HiToms need, is just chip away a little bit. That's a big run to get back. Cuts the lead to 3 for Lexington County.
Now it's Joe Delaney who comes to the plate, hit one of the farthest balls we've seen the junior out of Southeast Louisiana hit in his first AB. He takes ball 1 on a curve in the dirt, while stopped by Oakley. A fly out to left is how it's marked in the scorebook, but he hit it all the way to the wall in left center field. We have seen Joe Delaney hit a couple doubles, 3 two-baggers on the season, hit one off the Finch Field wall. 1-0 pitch. Chops it foul down the third base line over near the HiToms dugout. And it's Court Maynard who's sitting on deck who goes over to field it and toss it over to the Blowfish dugout.
Yeah, a line drive would do the trick here. He hammered that first ball back in the second inning, but this time around, don't need much more than to put something in play.
Small lead for Paterno at first, just a couple steps. Topper comes set and delivers. And that one misses upstairs at the letters, 2-1. Don't expect Paterno to take off from first. He's just 1 for 3 in stolen bases this season across 27 games played. Joe Delaney, on the other hand, leads the team in stolen bases, 14 of 15. Here comes a 2-1. Nasty curveball, buckles the knees of Joe Delaney. It's 2-2.
That's a great pitch. Great pitch. Delaney frozen at the plate.
Big time confidence from Topper to go to that in a hitter's count. Runs it to a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the 4th. 1 across for the HiToms already. It's 5-2 the lead now. Here comes a 2-2. Another curveball, delayed steal from first, and the ball in the dirt allows Paterno to take second. Aggressive base running works out for the HiToms. They get the perfect pitch to run on. Count now full to Joe Delaney at the plate and another runner in scoring position.
Paterno read that perfectly. Ball in the dirt, took off. And Oakley was just kind of slow to it. It bounced right in front of him, rolled out on the infield grass, but a huge 90 for Vito Paterno there.
Base hit could take the lead down to 2. Here comes a payoff pitch, and before it's thrown, time is called. Joe Delaney got something in his eye, so he steps out. It was a fastball right down the middle as Topper proceeded to throw his pitch. We'll see if that's what the righty out of Pfeiffer goes to here again, as it's still a 3-2 count. Joe Delaney flew out to left in his first AB, looking for a base hit here to score Paterno from second. Here comes the payoff. And it misses up and away. A 6-pitch walk to the HiToms center fielder. Delaney stands at first, Paterno at second for Court Maynard.
Well, another patient AB by Delaney. Takes his pitches and gets to first. That's big for the HiToms. Wonder if we might see a double steal on here now with Delaney on first. But more importantly, Court Maynard steps to the box, and he actually represents the tying run. And we know he's certainly got the pop to tie it with one swing.
Court Maynard out of NCA&T has 2 home runs. First pitch. Misses well inside. Jumps out of the way of the fastball. 1-0 the count. 6th batter to the plate in the inning for HPT. 1 run in. HiToms hoping for more. 1-0 the count. Court Maynard looking for a big base knock and looking for at least one RBI. He has 5 of those in 10 games played. 1-0 pitch. That one skied over the heads of everybody onto the top of the roof here in the press box. 1-1.
A good pitch to swing on Maynard. Only able to foul it back. Well, if he can get another pitch in that spot, he might be able to time it up. All it takes is one.
1-1 the count. 2 outs, 2 on for the HiToms in a 5-2 game. Topper looks back to second, kicks and deals. And that one finds the outside corner, 1-2. Fastball dotted right on the outer black. Maynard played in Bristol last year in the Appalachian League, a new league. That's where Eric Grins played as well. Now they're both back here with the HiToms after they were teammates in 2020 at HPT. Big 1-2 count. Topper looks back to second, kicks and deals. And that one's lined through the left side. Good glove stop at short. Flip on to second is in time.
Wow.
Oh, a web gem by Elliott deep in the hole at short as he dives and flashes the leather on a hot shot from Court Maynard. They pick off Joe Delaney at second on the force out, and the HiToms can't quite convert. They get one in the inning, though. It's now a 5-2 lead for Lexington County halfway through the fourth.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Well, the HiToms can't seem to catch any breaks at the plate. Another hard-hit screamer, this time off the bat of Court Maynard. Seemed like it was destined for left field to score Vito Paterno from second, and instead Travis Elliott takes away a base hit, likely an RBI, and ends the inning on a 6-4 fielder's choice. HiToms have hit a lot of balls hard in the past couple of games, but most of them have resulted in outs.
Yeah, that's just been the HiToms' luck. Well, this last stretch of games, another one, Maynard, he hit it sharply, but a web gem by Elliott. What more can you say? Really nice play. Got the Blowfish out of a jam.
We'll see if Jake Landis can keep the lead right where it is for the Blowfish. It's been trimmed to 3 after the HiToms get one on another RBI single from Vito Paterno in the top of the inning. First pitch, well outside to Billy Amick. Third time to the plate for the third baseman for the Blowfish in 4 innings. Landis, this will be pitch number 28, and he misses well upstairs. 2-0 the count to start the 2-hole hitter here in the fourth. Landis got a big 0 in the third. If he can get a quick 1-2-3 inning of work here, the HiToms would send the heart of the order back to the plate in the fifth. 2-0 pitch, fouled off the end of the bat to the backstop. Next pitch will be number 30 for the lefty out of Pfeiffer. Billy Amick, freshman out of P27 Academy in Batesburg, South Carolina.
No one up in the HiToms pen at the moment.
2-1 pitch off the outside corner, 3-1.
So barring some trouble, it certainly feels like this will be Landis' inning, regardless of pitch count, at least for now.
Landis walked the first batter he faced in Becerra, in danger of walking another. And he has. He misses below the knees with the fastball. It's a leadoff walk to Billy Amick to start the bottom of the 4th. That brings up Brock Vredenberg with nobody out and a man standing on first. And Brock Vredenberg has continued his hot hitting with 2 singles and an RBI in his first 2 ABs here tonight.
Wouldn't be too surprised to see Amick go in motion here on the first pitch. The way Vredenberg swing, a hit and run, certainly possible. Chance for the Blowfish to get that run back, or at least get a runner into scoring position.
Runner does not go. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Not a huge lead for Amick at first. He's just 1 for 1 in stolen bases this season. The one thing that makes hitting hard if you're Brock Vredenberg is how big the strike zone is. He's 6'7", 230 pounds. But it hasn't seemed to matter in the last week. Breaking ball just missed inside 1-1.
No, this is the kind of week where the baseball looks more like a beach ball at the plate. You're just hitting everything. And again, another 2 for 2 night.
Vredenberg, a sophomore out of Michigan State, where he hit .280 this season, slugged it at .446. And he's ahead in the count, 2-1. All of a sudden, Jake Landis struggling to find the zone a little bit. Another fastball there, ran low and outside.
Well, kind of how things went for Caleb Cozart. In his first true inning of work, Landis worked pretty well, gave up a base hit, but that was it. Able to use a strikeout to get out of the jam, but now in the second, having trouble with the command.
2-1 is sliced down the left field line. Long run for Paterno near the bullpen, and he won't have a play. A heck of a play by a fan down there just in front of the HiToms bullpen, who made a jumping catch before that ball entered the pen.
Hey, sign that kid up. That's quite a play. Spinning around, too, as he makes the grab. That is not easy to do.
So now it's a 2-2 count to Brock Vredenberg. Grew up in Pasadena, California, where he went to Maranatha High School, and now he's a Spartan. Only real connection I can connect there is the Rose Bowl and the Big Ten getting to compete in the Tournament of Roses every season.
I wonder if that had any influence on his decision to pick Michigan State. Michigan State, I'm trying to remember the last time they made a Rose Bowl. It's been a few years, I know that much.
2014.
There you go.
2-2. And that one's lined out into center field over the head of Court Maynard at second. And there's another base hit for the Spartan Brock Vredenberg. He's 3 for 3. And the Blowfish are back in business to start the bottom of the 4th.
Goodness gracious, just another one. Every ball has just, it's been hit square. He's hitting right back up the middle on that last pitch. First 2, he's able to line out in the left field, but he's got a remarkable approach at the plate right now. He's seeing the ball extremely well. And that's a sign of a really good hitter. Yeah, he had the extra base hits in that first hitter of the week stretch for him, but you're just squaring everything up. You're taking what you can get. And he stays red hot right now.
So 2 on, nobody out in the 4th. Brings up the DH Brody Hopkins, left on right matchup. First pitch is roped down the left field line, and that one just missed the fair line by maybe 3 feet.
Wow, that was close. I thought that might actually caught some chalk. That ball was turned on. Not a lot of foul territory at all down the left field line.
That would have been big-time trouble had that one found fair territory. Would have certainly scored the runner from second in Amick. Vredenberg, not great speed, so he probably would have ended up at third base. Instead, it's just a loud strike, 0-1 to Hopkins, who's 0 for 1 today, a strikeout and a walk. Landis comes set, looks back to second. Now he rocks and delivers. Swing and a miss, challenged him with a fastball over the heart of the plate, and Hopkins couldn't connect.
A good pitch by Landis, going with the challenge fastball, and just taking it a little bit upstairs.
Well, Brody Hopkins, a guy that's tried to play both ways as a pitcher and a hitter, hit .154 and had a 6.00 ERA in 2022 with College of Charleston. Headed to Winthrop next year. 0-2. Is chopped to the left side. Vargas flips on to second for one. Throw on to first is not in time. Well, it was just not quite hit hard enough, and Vargas had to range to his right over towards third base. So the HiToms only get one. Double play still in order as they're at the corners, and that brings up Tristan Becerra.
Well, a really nifty play there by Vargas. Had a charger, but flipped underhand, windmill style over to Maynard at second to get that first out. The first out for the HiToms. Like you said, the double play still in order. Might we see Brody Hopkins go in motion? It's not out of the question. We've seen that plenty of teams do that against the HiToms, but you got to look at the stolen base numbers as well.
Even at the bag at third is Jarrett Brown. Holding the runner on at first is Eli Wiesner. Double play depth up the middle.
Yeah,
left on left, first pitch off the outside corner.
Hopkins has not even attempted a stolen base this year, so I would have to imagine he's not going. So you got to hope, you got to try and induce another ground ball here. Try and turn two to get out of the inning. That would be big to keep the score the same and hang a 0 for the Blowfish.
1-0 count to Tristan Becerra. Landis delivers, and it's at the knees for strike one with the fastball. Becerra 1 for 1 tonight with the solo home run to lead off the second. Came around again in that inning. He was the first batter that Jake Landis faced, and Landis started off 0-2 and then walked in a run before striking out Ward Hacklin, who waits on deck. 1-1 from the lefty. Drags it in the dirt. Good stop. Dirt ball read. No throw down to second. So Brody Hopkins moves into scoring position as Jake Landis spikes a slider in the dirt. A great play by Eric Grins to at least keep any movement away from Amick at third, but that does take away the double play.
Yeah, it does, and that was probably the best bet for Hopkins. To advance to second was a good read on a ball in the dirt that gets away from the catcher. Exactly what happens there. Now another scoring opportunity for the Blowfish.
Base hit would score at least one, could score two. Lead is 3 right now, 2-1 pitch. Misses low with the slider, it's 3-1.
Well, with one out, anything hit in the air, the runners will have to hold and tag up. Anything on the ground, though, if it gets past the infield, I think there's a good chance that Hopkins might get a wave around.
Becerra out of Greenville, South Carolina, less than 2 hours away from Lexington County here. Goes to Clemson, didn't play in his freshman year. Attended J.L. Mann High School where he was a swimmer and also played baseball. 3-1 pitch. Grounded sharply foul down the first base line. Out in front of a fastball was the lefty. I've seen a couple players this year that have been swimmers and baseball players. A weird combo.
Yeah, not the one that normally comes to mind. A lot of times you'll think of guys who are football players, maybe basketball players. But swimming, not so much. I would not have guessed that is a combo, but there you have it.
Don't think we have any swimmers on the HiToms this year.
Appropriate that the swimmers would be on the Blowfish, though, is it not?
Fair enough.
An aquatic-themed team.
They had the Blowfish swim in between innings. We'll tell you about that here in a second. After a big 3-2 pitch is set to be delivered from Landis. He gets the sign from Grins, comes set at the chest. Lifts and fires. Check swing, and that one is upstairs. So another walk from Jake Landis to Tristan Becerra loads the bases for the second time in 4 innings, and that brings up Ward Hacklin. First base was open, so it's not the end of the world. Reinforces the force. HiToms are not going to come in on the infield, however. Third walk allowed from Landis in his 10th batter faced. 45 pitches now for the lefty out of Pfeiffer. He lifts and fires, and he misses low and away to the right-hander Hacklin. Hacklin 1 for 2. Double back in the second, came around to score, and then he struck out to end the second against Jake Landis. Landis would love a strikeout here. Infield in at the corners, double play depth up the middle. Ground ball to turn 2 would be even better, 1-0. And that one's skied down the right field line, tailing towards the bullpen, and it's out of play. Well, that one was given a ride. It's only 3-0-2 down the line. If it's fair, it might be gone, but it tailed a good 25 feet to the right of the foul pole.
And a lot of balls in the air tonight. That's kind of been to the benefit of the Blowfish. HiToms could use more on the ground. That's when they're at their best. And especially Jake Landis. But right now, just a lot of stuff in the air.
1-1. Chopper to second. Could be 2. Instead, the only play is to first. Maynard throws there. It scores a run. The high chopper just wasn't hit hard enough. An RBI 4-3 put out of Ward Hacklin. Lead back up to 4 for the Blowfish. And now there's 2 out for Price Alexander.
Yeah, you could tell off the bat it was a really high chopper, slow to the right side of the infield. If it's hit a little more sharply, I think there's definitely a chance the HiToms can turn 2, but Maynard with the right play, having to come in on it, just throwing over to first to get a sure out.
Moves Becerra over to second, Hopkins over to third. Coming in to score was Billy Amick on the play. Price Alexander, a chance for his first RBIs of the game with a base hit. First pitch on the outside corner. Well, 4 runs wouldn't be insurmountable for the HiToms, but this feels like a very big scenario. A base hit could make it 8-2, and the HiToms, that would probably deflate the team in the visitors' dugout. Landis lifts and fires, and he misses low and away, 2-0. Rather, 1-1.
Anything larger than this 4-run deficit, anything larger than a 4-run deficit for the HiToms, and just the way the offense has been going, you start holding your breath a little bit. The only guy swinging the bat tonight for the HiToms really is Vito Paterno with the 2 singles and 2 runs. He has been the offense.
1-1 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Off the plate to the lefty Alexander. He's 0 for 2, a ground out and a pop-up. Still nobody up at the moment in the bullpen for the HiToms. So it appears as if Jake Landis is expected to get a couple more outs at least. 2-1 from the lefty. He drags it outside into the right-hand batter's box. It's 3-1. In danger of walking his 4th Blowfish of the night and putting him back to loaded for Travis Elliott, who waits on deck. Five in the second. Already 1 here in the 4th for Lexington County, hoping for more. Landis comes set. He delivers. Upstairs with the fastball, a 5-pitch walk of Price Alexander, and they're back to loaded.
Well, another walk issued by Jake Landis. The command hasn't been all there tonight.
And that brings DJ Russ out to the mound and sends somebody up to work in the bullpen down the left field line. And it looks like that might do it for Jake Landis. So there was nobody up a couple seconds ago, but somebody was warming up prior to that. We'll get to the new reliever for the HiToms when we come back. We'll take a quick break here on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals,
finding your purpose.
your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Jacob Halford is the new pitcher. He comes in for Jake Landis who goes 2 innings of work, faces 12 batters, throws 53 pitches, strikes out 2, walks 4, gives up 2 hits, so far charged with 1 run, but he is responsible for all 3 Blowfish right now on the bases. We've seen Jacob Halford in a number of late inning scenarios for the HiToms, including 5 saves already for the righty out of NC State. Halford in the 4th inning. What does that tell you, Will?
Well, again, I think right now this is a must-win game for the HiToms, so they're going to use the best arms that they have available. Of course, no Ethan Snyder tonight as he went a couple innings last night. You don't have Wynn Scott on the road. Clay Edmondson unlikely because he made the start last night at Forest City. So you got to go with the best arm available, and that is Jacob Halford. And again, with the off day tomorrow, DJ Russ thinking he can empty the barrel out here and just try and keep this game as close as possible.
Halford trying to limit the damage to 1 in the 4th. He faces the right-handed hitting Travis Elliott first. First pitch, runs well outside with the fastball, 1-0 the count. For Jacob Halford, it's a fastball and a more of a slurve now mix. He can run it up to the low 90s, sitting around 91, 92. The problem can be the command. 1-0 pitch. And he drags it way outside again with the fastball. It's 2-0. Nowhere to put Bryce Alexander, the 8-hole hitter.
My compliments to the DJ tonight, I have to say. I know a little off topic, but they're playing tunes all night long.
2 outs in the inning, bases loaded in a 6-2 lead for Lexington County. Halford delivers, and that one finds the outside corner, 2-1.
That's big. We've seen Jacob Halford come into a lot of dirty innings where he has to work with bases full or men on, and again, another bases full situation here. There have been a couple instances where he's gotten tagged and he's given up some runs, but he's also been able to work out of it too, and the HiToms need him.
2-1. That one's lined right back up the middle and into center field. 1 run will score at least. Facetta getting the wave. Throw comes into third. It's not in time. Headed to second is Elliott. Everybody is safe. 2 more runs in for the Blowfish, and there's 2 more in scoring position.
Well, just a liner right back up the middle. Almost caught a piece of Halford. But it's a 2-run single, and advancing on the throw, Elliott. And the rally continues, and that's what the HiToms were trying to avoid. Another crooked number for the Blowfish. 5 in the second, now 3 here in the 4th, and they're not done yet as Caleb Oakley comes up.
Both Hopkins and Becerra score. Alexander to third, Elliott to second. Now it's another righty in Caleb Oakley. First pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1. 8th batter to the plate in the inning for Lexington County. A line shot up the middle, scores 2 off the bat of Elliott. He's 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, and 3 RBIs. 1-0. Check swing, fastball rides upstairs again from Halford, 2-0 the count. Both those runs will be charged to Jake Landis, who's now tagged for 3 and still responsible for Alexander over at third. ERA for Halford sits at 5.02, 0-2 the record in 17 appearances. His 2-0 pitch on the outside corner, 2-1. Well, we've seen the HiToms come back from what looked like death here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium to steal wins. They'll have to do it again tonight if they want to stay alive in the playoff hunt. They trail by 6. 2-1. That one finds the zone again with the fastball. It's 2-2. Halford still not out of the woods yet, though. 2 more runners standing in scoring position.
No, and that's kind of the good news is they have experienced a draw on here at Lexington County of being down by several runs. Not like it's a 1-run deficit. I mean, they've trailed by big numbers here before at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. And
2-2 slider just missed the outside corner, count run full.
Oh, man. Good pitch by Halford. Better take by Oakley.
First breaking ball we've seen the righty throw tonight. This will be his 10th pitch now in a full count with Oakley. Oakley 0 for 1 with a walk. Came around to score in the second. 3-2 pitch. Chopped over to the left side, high hopper in the hole, and that jumps over the glove of Vargas. That will score 2 runs. Well, it was going to be a tough play no matter what, but Jose Vargas at least could have kept it on the infield. Instead, it takes a huge hop off the dirt in the hole at short and into left field. Both runs come home to score. We'll see how they rule it. I believe that will be a base hit. It brings in 2 more runs for the Blowfish, and it is a 10-2 lead for Lexington County.
That ball just took a wicked hop at the last moment over the glove of Vargas. Would have been a tough play to begin with, ranging to his right if he had been able to actually glove it and make a throw across the diamond.
First pitch outside to the 9th batter in the inning, Crosby Jones.
2 more runs across, and you can officially close the line on Jacob Landis now.
Runner at first is Oakley. Elliott and Alexander both in to score. That one's lined through the right side into right field. Fielded off a hop. Brantley throws it quickly back in. And there's 2 on with 2 out. And for the second time tonight, the Blowfish have batted around, and the second time tonight, they've scored 5 runs in an inning.
One more reminder, Tiffany Dixon.
This is just remarkable. This Lexington County team, they cannot miss right now. Everything they're swinging at is being put in play for a base hit. And nothing super hard hit either. We only have the 1 long ball in that home run back in the 2nd inning.
3 straight singles allowed by Halford. First pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1. Facing Billy Amick, his 2nd time to the plate in the 4th, and his 4th time to the plate in 4 innings. Nightmare start here for the HiToms in Lexington County, South Carolina. 0-1 pitch from Halford. Up and in. 1-1 the count. Billy Amick walked to start this inning, came around to score 1 of now 5 runs in the 4th. Halford delivers. Slurve misses outside to the right-handed hitting Amick. It's 2-1.
A lot of moving action on that slurve. You mentioned it started out as a slider for Halford, but it's kind of morphed into that hybrid slider and curveball, and it's got more vertical action now as well.
2-1 on the outside corner at the knees with the fastball. It's 2-2. Couple defensive substitutions for the HiToms. Joe Delaney taken out of the game to give him some rest. Brantley moves over to center field from right. Eli Wiesner goes from first to right field, and Brandon Stallman into this game. 2-2 pitch. Popped up into foul territory and out of play into the first base concourse. Nasty breaking ball in on the hands, and it was spoiled by Billy Amick.
Also a early defensive substitution for the HiToms. Not because Delaney was playing poorly out there, but like you said, just to give him a break. A guy who did not play all that much this season at Southeastern Louisiana, mostly a reserve guy. It's a long stretch, and he has played a lot of baseball with the HiToms. This is his 23rd game tonight.
2-2 bounces in the dirt. Count run full to Billy Amick. HiToms in danger of loading them up again here in the 4th inning. Both times that the HiToms have scratched across a run tonight, both in the top of the 2nd and the top of the 4th, the Blowfish have come right back and batted around in the bottom half of those 2 innings and scored 5 runs apiece. It's a 10-2 lead, 10 runs on 11 hits for Lexington County, 2 runs on 5 hits for the HiToms. No errors for either team at the moment. 3-2 from Halford, both runners go, and he just misses the outside corner.
Boy, another close miss for Halford, trying to dot it on the outside, but that just hasn't been there tonight for the HiToms pitchers. And it's tough because you're really caught between a rock and a hard place of, I have to try and get that call on the outside corner, but you're not getting it, so I have to come over the plate. But anything remotely close to the plate has turned into a base hit tonight for the Blowfish.
Well, if the HiToms weren't in trouble already, this spells major concern. Brock Vredenberg to the plate with the bases loaded. He's 3 for 3 already today. 3 singles from the left-hander. First pitch, sliced through the left side. He goes the other way. That'll score at least one. Getting the wave is Jones. The throw is cut off, and there's 2 more RBIs for Brock Vredenberg. He is 4 for 4 with 4 singles and 3 RBIs. The Michigan State Spartan just cannot miss a baseball.
He is absolutely red hot in this inning.
The Blowfish themselves can't miss a baseball. That's the 12th hit of the game in just 4 innings. Jones home to score from second, Oakley home to score from third, and now the 12th batter of the inning will come. First pitch, slider on the outside corner, strike 1. 20 pitches now for Jacob Halford, hasn't retired a batter. 4 singles and a walk, and that one sliced out of play. It's 0-2. Well, there's a reason that Brock Vredenberg leads this league in RBIs by double digits, and you've seen it tonight. He just keeps on hitting, and he's not trying to do too much. That one he just sliced through the left side, going the opposite way. 0-2, fouled back.
It's just a very simple approach. He's taking what he's given and putting it where the opposing team is not. What a night. 4 for 4 in the 4th inning. We're not even halfway through this game yet.
12-2 the lead for Lexington County. 7 here in the 4th. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss at the slurve. Well, Jacob Halford finally gets the 3rd out after the Blowfish send 13 to the plate and scratch across 7. It's a 12-2 lead for Lexington County. We're through 4. We'll get you a CPL scoreboard update when we come back.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
Back here in the top of the 5th, it's a 10-run lead for the Blowfish. Wiesner leads things off and chops one foul down the first base line. We'll get you a CPL scoreboard update after this next half inning. New pitcher on the mound is Dylan Crowley as he takes over for the Blowfish. Crowley winds and fires an 0-1, and he bounces it in the grass before home plate. It's 1-1.
Look out.
Will, what can the HiToms do from here?
I mean, just try and put together good at-bats. Again, it's not necessarily over yet. We're only in the 5th inning. But a 7-run 4th has effectively turned this game into a blowout.
1-1 off the outside corner, 2-1.
I mean, it's like, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just, not even that the HiToms are playing poorly. It's just the the Blowfish have put together some quality at bats here.
Big swing and a miss, 2-2.
Drawing a lot of walks, and then when they're not drawing walks, I mean, they're hitting the ball everywhere. I mean, Brock Radenberg, his approach seems to be bleeding over to the rest of his teams. They're waiting for their pitch, but also taking what they're given. If they don't get their pitch, hey, it's just been singles. It feels like the HiToms are getting singled to death. Happened the other night to Lexington County.
Josh Topper goes 1 inning, faces 6, gives up 2 hits and a walk as that one's chopped foul, stays 2-2 to Wiesner.
Kind of feels like all you can do right now for the HiToms is put good ABs together and see where the results go, but also you kind of have to scoreboard watch now and hope for the best with the other opponents. 1
run allowed by Topper on 24 pitches. He's relieved by Dylan Crowley, another lefty at 6'3", 195, and that one's grounded through the hole and into center field. So a leadoff base hit for Eli Wiesner. We'll see if HPT can try and turn on the offense and get a few back.
For the HiToms, the catcher from North Carolina.
Well, that's a good start. It was a good AB put together by Wiesner on a 2-2 pitch. Grounds it right back up the middle. That's what you need to do there. And if you're Joe Delaney, we'll get you a quick CPL scoreboard update, just running around the league. At Hooker Field, the Mustangs trailing 6-1 to Holly Springs in the bottom of the 5th. That's good news for the HiToms. Top of the 6th, Wilmington and Florence. It is a 4-2 game as the Sharks are in front there, looking to avenge their loss to the Wake Forest Fungo last night. Top of the 5th, Wilson and Peninsula, knotted at 4. Wilson, they're in the driver's seat right now for that second playoff spot, but they need a win.
First pitch off the outside half to Grintz, 1-0 the count.
And last but not least, at Patrick O'Neill Field in Big Rock Stadium, it's the Moorhead City Marlins up again, 6-4 on the Tri-City Chili Peppers.
1-0 pitch is lined on a 1-hop over to second, on to short for 1, on to first. It's a double play. Well, the HiToms just can't do anything right. A hot shot off the bat of Eric Grintz turns into 2, and there's 2 down in the 5th.
Then you get the leadoff man on via the single, but then a ground ball right to short. Good play by Elliott. Actually took a half step back, let it come to him on the hop. Could have easily charged it, tried to catch it on the line, but if you miss that, it's into the outfield. He has an error and probably an extra 90 feet for Eli Wiesner.
Now it's Jarrett Brown. First pitch to him on the outside corner, strike 1. Dylan Crowley, the new reliever, a lefty and freshman out of George Mason University. Grew up in Hamburg, New York. Has a 5.87 ERA and a 2-0 record, and he bounces 1-1 to Brown. If he can complete this 5th inning, he will be in line for win number 3, will Dylan Crowley. 8 appearances and 2 starts. Hasn't pitched against the HiToms yet. 1-1 pitch. And that one's lined the other way, but out of play off the bat of the righty Jarrett Brown. HiToms in danger of going in order for the first time tonight here in the 5th. Wiesner led it off with a single, and then a hot shot to short turned into a double play really quickly. 1-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Crowley thought it was strike 3 as he started walking off the mound. 2 outs in the inning, 12 hits for the Blowfish, 6 for the HiToms. It's a 10-run lead, though, for Lexington County. A 2-2 pitch. Check swing on a breaking ball in the dirt. Appeal down to first, and no swing from Brown, so the count is now run to full. No real results to keep your eyes on tonight in the CPL with Forest City and Macon not in action. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2-3 inning of work for Crowley. He's now in line for the win as the Blowfish hang another 0, and they get the bats back to the plate, leading by 10. Will Trubshaw will take you the rest of the way here on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms Baseball. Game on.
Well, the route on right now in Lexington County Baseball Stadium. Will Trubshaw, Andrew Selliver here on HiToms Radio, and another new pitcher in for the HiToms. It's going to be the right-hander Anthony Hausner, just added back to the HiToms roster today. And again, a symptom of the depleted pitching here at the end of the season, as he is back on. Started the season with the HiToms, but used mostly as a position player. It's been a little time on the mound. Made a couple appearances with the HiToms earlier, but now gets the outing here as we're just in the bottom of the 5th. This game taking a good long while, and it's because the Blowfish have put up 5 runs in the 2nd, 7 runs in the 4th, mirroring the HiToms after the HiToms took a 1-0 lead in the top of the 2nd, and the 5 for Lexington County. The HiToms got one back in the 4th to make it 5-2, but Blowfish blowing it wide open. And Andrew, what can we expect here out of Anthony Hausner?
Well, we'll see what he can do against one of the hottest offenses in the league in Lexington County, as he misses low and inside for ball 1. And really, you just have to pound the zone and pitch to contact, as strange as that sounds.
Foul ball out of play, 1-1.
I know that the Blowfish are hitting the ball well, but you also have to factor in that 4 of the 9 batters that reached base in the last inning were via the walk. And it's scary to pitch to this lineup, but you're not going to win games if you walk so many batters. Already 7 walks on the night for HPT through just 4 innings pitched, and that's not going to help.
No, that is not going to get the job done at all. Walks have been an issue at times this season for the pitching staff, but especially tonight as a grounder hit sharply past Stallman at first. And it is another leadoff base hit. Tristan Becerra picks up his second base knock of the day. He's 2 for 2. The solo home run and that single just a moment ago, also a pair of walks. And Becerra, believe it or not, was the first run of the game for the Blowfish. At the time, a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 2nd, tied the game at 1-1 with Caleb Kozart, the starter for the HiToms, still on the mound. And you thought, well, maybe he'll be able to work around it. But it's been quite the opposite, as HiToms pitching just getting roughed up right now. 13 hits through 4+ innings.
Well, it's just astonishing what Lexington County has been able to do at the plate. 6 of the 9 batters for Lexington County have RBIs on the night. And when you think about that, that's just so impressive that they're getting production 1 through 9 in the lineup.
They are, and it's been the approach, not trying to hit the ball deep, not trying to swing for the fences. They're just hitting. This is good old-fashioned, not even small ball, but just singles, base hit at a time, moving runners across the base paths, and it has worked wonders as they've struck to the tune of 12 runs already. And with man on, and the first pitch swing by Ward Hacklin out of play to make it 0-1. But another chance here with Anthony Hausner on the mound for the Blowfish to keep on tacking on.
All 9 Lexington County Blowfish have reached base already tonight in just 4 innings. 6 of the 9 have base hits as well.
There's a chopper over to third base, but it's foul. Lands in front of the tarp out and left. Thankfully, we don't need that tonight, although it is a very gusty night. The weather clear here in South Carolina, Lexington County. We're playing just a tad bit outside of the state capital in Columbia. Ball misses outside as Grintz has to scatter for it. 1-2 now as Hausner loses his hat on the mound. About a good 3-hour drive from Thomasville down to Lexington County. HiToms made it earlier today. A lot of road travel last night. Got in late from Forest City just about 1 o'clock when the bus pulled back in to Finch Field. Really grueling stretch here for the HiToms, but they are limping to that off day tomorrow right now. 2-2 the count toward Hacklin as a ball missed outside from Anthony Hausner. Seen a lot of baseball this weekend, haven't we, partner?
Yes, we have. A lot of good baseball and also a fair share of bad baseball.
There's a high fly ball out to center. Cam Brantley has a beat on it. Camps under it and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. It sends Becerra trotting back to first base. And Price Alexander to the plate now. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. 12-2 to score in favor of the Lexington County Blowfish. Alexander on the day 0 for 2 with a walk. Every single Blowfish has reached at least once today. Alexander 1 of 2 without a base hit. However, he's 0 for 2. The other being Billy Amick. He reached via fielder's choice and a pair of walks, but is also struck out, so he will also look for his first base knock. And strike 1 into the zone to Price Alexander. Couple of guys with multi-hit days already. Travis Elliott, who waits on deck, 3 base knocks, including 1 of 2 extra base hits on the day. Double back in the 2nd inning. And then, of course, it's Brock Vredenberg, who is the hottest hitter on the planet, you have to say. 4 for 4 tonight after a week in which he hit 500. 1-1 the count now to Alexander. As Hausner looks in for his sign. Arm dangles at the side for the right-hander who deals from the stretch. 1-1 home. Lifted high out to right field. Wiesner having to come in and making a run, a grab on the run. For out number 2 is Eli Wiesner. Was playing pretty deep and had a long way to come in as the wind might have knocked that ball down some. 2 away in the 5th, and Travis Elliott to the plate.
Well, a loss tonight doesn't officially eliminate the HiToms from playoff contention. They will have to win out, though, to keep their chances alive. And if they do that, they'll still need some help to the tune of 3 losses in 4 games from Macon, and at least 1 other loss from Forest City in their last 2 games as well. So it won't be easy, assuming the HiToms can't come back tonight.
Yeah, the road getting exponentially more difficult now for the HiToms. With the loss now, it pretty much locks in the fact that they will need to win their final 3 games if they want any shot at the postseason. And another 2-0 count now to Travis Elliott. Anthony Hausner from Guilford Tech Community College. One of a handful of guys who started the season with the HiToms as they waited for their main roster to arrive, and he gets a pop-up on 2-0. It's behind the plate, though, and it'll get out of play as it lands to the left of the Budweiser Ballpark Village at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. 2-1 now. To Travis Elliott. HiToms trying to retire him for the first time tonight and get out of this inning unscathed. The 2-1 home is upstairs, 3-1. Hausner has pitched twice in the game before for the HiToms, including one start. Grand total of 4 innings, struck out 5, but walked 2. Has not allowed a run yet this season, but again, a small sample size for Hausner as he deals a 3-1 home, and it is fouled straight back to load the count at 3-2.
Well, it's funny, the Blowfish, if they could have just pieced together their best baseball, they could have been playoff bound. Started the season 9-4. With a win tonight, they'll move to 7-1 in their last 8. The problem being a big 3-21 streak in the middle of those two. And the last 2 games that the HiToms have faced them, they've seemed almost unbeatable with the way they've swung the bat at the plate.
Now, this approach a much different one for Lexington County, and it is shown on the scoreboard and in the standings. 3-2 pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So a leadoff single is stranded by Anthony Hausner, a scoreless first inning of work for him. We'll see if the HiToms can get the offense ramped up in the 6th, and if Hausner can come out for the second inning of work and do more of the same there. 12-2 after 5 innings of play in Lexington County.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Now entering the game to pitch for the Blowfish from Florence.
Cam Dunlap going to be the new pitcher for the Blowfish. So after Parker Whittle went 3 innings in the start, they've gone an inning apiece with each of their first 3 relievers out of the pen. Dunlap, a left-hander out of Florence Darlington Tech, a native of right here in Lexington, South Carolina, just finished up his freshman year. On the season with the Blowfish is without a decision, 0-0, 3 2/3 innings pitched, and he's allowed 3 earned runs. And the control, a bit of an issue, issues a lot of walks. At least that's been the case in his limited time here with the Blowfish, and the HiToms would like to use that to their advantage because they haven't been able to get much else going right now. For HPT, 6 hits, but they've only managed 2 runs off of those 6 hits. Well, it is all Lexington County, 12 runs, 13 hits, no errors for either team, so it's been clean defensively. But that's about all you can say in this game.
Yeah, we'll see if the HiToms can do anything here in the latter half of this game, desperately needing some offense. We'll see. I mean, this game's kind of out of hand at the moment, but anything that you can do to kind of turn the momentum towards Thursday at Forest City, which will be another must-win game, the HiToms will see what they can do.
It really is all about finishing strong if you're the HiToms. First pitch to Cam Brantley, swung on, but he's late. It's fouled well out of play. 0-1. You just, in a sense, you almost have to put this game in the rearview mirror already. and let the focus be on Forest City, because it certainly feels the way things are going here. There's not much of a chance of a comeback. Again, we have seen stranger things, and if there's a team that can do it against another team, it's the HiToms against the Blowfish, as we've seen a couple times this season. But right now, they just seem to be in a funk. As the 1-1 home misses low, 2-1. Brantley on the day is 0-2, struck out looking back in the first, flew out to left field in the fourth.
Well, maybe if the HiToms could put up 7 like the Blowfish did in the bottom of the fourth, they might be back in this game, but it would take a lot of runs in bunches.
It just does not seem like the HiToms offense capable of that right now. They've been held to 2 runs or fewer the last 3 games and currently stuck at 2 right now. In danger of a 4-game stretch of 2 or fewer runs. And this is a team that not all that long ago was creeping up near the top of the CPL as a leadoff walk issued to Cam Brantley. Creeping up near the top in terms of home runs, and batting average has always been a plus for the HiToms all year.
HiToms, the designated hitter from UNC Greensboro, number 11, Rowan Watt.
Well, it has to be patient ABs right now against Dunlap. Will said it struggles with the command a little bit, a lot of walks. Leads off the inning with the 5 pitches, 4 straight balls to end the AB. You got to be taking a lot here and make sure not to swing at balls.
First pitch is a ball to Rowan Watt. He singled and came around to score back in the fourth. In fact, he's come around to score twice. He is the only 2 runs for the HiToms in this game. Brantley with a lefty on the mound, not a big lead over at first base. Takes the secondary as Watt fouls out of the play to even up the count, and a ball and a strike apiece.
Already another reliever warming up for the Blowfish in the bullpen down the right field line. Should any trouble happen here in the 6th inning for HPT offensively.
So far, nobody out but just a man on. Brantley with a little bigger lead. But he'll trot back to first as a ball misses low, 2-1 to Watt. Another 2-1 home. Watt late on it. He fouls it out of play down the right field line. 2-2.
Well, you can tell that the stuff is all there for Dunlap. It's all about whether he can control the command, especially if that fastball looks very lively right now in the low to mid 90s. Missing the zone a little bit, but already Watt late on 2 fastballs.
And that's the thing, you see so many guys with that velocity, lack command at times, especially in the college ranks. But time called before Dunlap can offer the 2-2. And Watt will step out.
Cam Brantley was over at first trying to distract the lefty as he just continued to take steps away from the first base bag, trying to draw attention to himself and distract the starting pitcher here for, rather, the reliever.
Ball misses outside to run the count full. And a chance for the HiToms to get their first 2 base runners on. Nobody out, something we haven't seen yet this evening. 3-2 pitch chopped over to first base over the head of Noah Anderson, and foul.
It's a good piece of hitting at the plate by Rowan Watt. Got a pitch that was tough to handle on the outside corner and just went the other way with it, fouled it off in a 3-2 count against a guy that is struggling to find the zone. That's all you need to do, because if you keep working at the plate, eventually he's going to throw ball 4.
Ball 4, or maybe a pitch to hit for Watt. Another 3-2 offering coming here from Dunlap, and it misses low for ball 4. So there you go, a very patient AB. Working a few pitches is Watt, and he is aboard. Back-to-back walks to start off the inning. And it brings up Jose Vargas with nobody out and 2 on for the HiToms.
Well, if the HiToms want any hopes of getting back in this game, it means they have to get runs right here. Get the first 2 on via 2 walks, have to take advantage of that.
Vargas without a hit tonight, 0 for 1 as he laid down a sacrifice back in the 2nd inning. And that ultimately helped Rowan Watt come around to score on an RBI single by Vito Paterno. The other time he grounded out to the pitcher on a hard hit liner that was batted down by Whittle. 1-0 home. Miss is low, 2-0. Vargas, of course, from the Dominican Republic. Missed a couple weeks with the HiToms as he went back home to the Dominican Republic. But has returned here in a good locker room and good lineup presence for the HiToms. His versatility sorely needed. Chopper over to short, throw on to second for one. They get the out there, the relay in time, and they turn two. Well, Jose Vargas kind of hit it off the end of the bat over to shortstop. Wasn't hit all that hard, but a good turn by Elliott to get it over to Jones, who got a quick relay throw out to turn the double play, and that is two big outs as it moves Brantley over to third base.
Well, it feels like that's what's going to happen every time the HiToms threaten to score any runs. They can't do anything right offensively over the past 4 games.
Just more bad luck hitting. Paterno lifts one high out to center field. That one is not going to drop down as it hangs up for Alexander to make the grab for out number 3. Well, the HiToms get 2 men on to start the inning off via the walk, but a double play and a flyout ends the threat. We're through 5.5 at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. 12-2, Blowfish out big time.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
Manufacturing.
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family, having a career,
Reaching goals,
Finding your purpose.
your passion.
believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Well, Anthony Osner coming out for his second inning of work here as he was able to get out of a leadoff single with 3 straight outs in the 5th inning of his first inning of work. Look to do more of the same here and put back-to-back zeros on the board, something the HiToms have not been able to do this game as they held the Blowfish scoreless in the first, gave up 5 in the second, then scoreless in the third before 7 more runs in the 4th. Give the Blowfish their 12-2 lead. And that's too many crooked numbers for the HiToms in this game.
Yeah, it's been really ugly so far for the HiToms. A lot of walks and a lot of base hits so far for the Blowfish. And anytime the HiToms have threatened, they got 2 big RBI singles from Paterno, and outside of that, nothing can go right at the plate over the past 4 games for HPT.
Hausner going to work from the windup as he deals to Caleb Oakley. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Blowfish. That ball missed upstairs and out of the glove. Ball 1. One 1-0 pitch coming from Hausner. Check swing. Oakley, did he hold up? Yes, he did. 2-0 to the catcher. And well, we were approaching the bottom. 5 innings of play, which means it's a complete game. As the ball lifted high out into shallow left field. Jose Vargas calling for it. He'll make the grab with both feet in the outfield grass, and that's out number 1. I mentioned that because there is such a thing as a run rule in the CPL. Both managers have to agree to it, and I don't know what DJ Russ is thinking here. Of course, again, the end of a 7-day stretch for the HiToms, 7-day, 7-game stretch, which they've had to work extremely hard, and the results not going their way in the latter half of this stretch. So you wonder, maybe would the HiToms agree to a run rule defeat here early in the game if they can't make make a late comeback?
Maybe. I mean, the problem is you would like some momentum to turn your way at the end of this game to get at least something positive to look forward to come Thursday at Forest City. But at the same time, the pitching is running very thin right now for the HiToms. So you would like to save a couple innings. But it is a good opportunity. It is a good opportunity for somebody like Anthony Hausner here, who pounds the zone with that pitch. And he finds it for 1-1. And Hausner, a guy who doesn't pitch at this level of competition a ton, so it's a great opportunity for him to get some innings and test out the arm.
Certainly was also a two-way play for the HiToms at the start of the year. Had a grand slam early on for HPT. And was for about the first week or so of the season, the HiToms RBI leader. So he was getting the job done at the plate, but a good opportunity, like you say, to test out the arm. He gets a swing and a miss on a ball that ran inside to the left-handed hitting Crosby Jones, and it evens up the count at 2-2. 1 away and nobody on for the Blowfish in the bottom of the 6th inning, I should say. It was the it was the 5th inning earlier. That's my bad. Losing track of time here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. This game's sort of just dragging on right now for the HiToms. They got to find some type of energy to finish out the game strong if they can. Anthony Hausner doing his part. Retired 4 batters without a run allowed, just the 1 hit. Trying to put away Jones, who is 2 for 4 on the night. As a payoff pitch coming here from Hausner to Jones. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Gets a chase for the 2nd out of the inning. And the 2nd strikeout of the game for Hausner. And we'll bring up Billy Amick.
The third baseman from Clemson, number 10, Billy Amick.
Amick without a hit tonight, 0 for 2 with a run driven in. As Hausner works from the windup and has his first pitch swung on, and it lifted down the right field line. That ball carrying out a play for a foul ball. Again, not a lot of room at all down the corners in left and right fields. So you hit anything over there, and it's pretty much going to vanish out of play. But the room behind home plate, just immense. 0-1, 2 away, and nobody on for the Blowfish. Hausner deals home, and he's swinging a miss, strike 2.
Really good breaking ball there from Hausner, working away from the righty in Billy Amick. And he's been impressive here in the last 2 innings. I know this game is a 10-run difference, and it's not a high-leverage situation, but what Hausner's done has been very good.
0-2, got a chance for a 1-2-3 inning here as he rocks and deals home. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Anthony Hausner with a pair of Ks, and he offers the first 3-up, 3-down inning for the HiToms here in the 6th. No score in the 6th inning as the Blowfish lead at 12-2. You're listening on HiToms Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Brandon Stallman will lead off the 7th inning for the HiToms as they trail at 12-2. It'll be his first AB of the game after he came in as a defensive substitution back in the 4th. Came in and played first base as Eli Wiesner moved out to right field and Cam Brantley moved into center field to relieve Joe Delaney of his duties out there. Stallman, the transfer from State Fair Community College to UNC Charlotte
Leading off the 7th inning for High Point-Thomasville.
this coming year.
Baseman from Charlotte, number 21, Brandon Stallman.
Split time between first base and shortstop with the HiToms this season, and he will wait for the first pitch from Cam Dunlap, who is out for his 2nd inning of work, breaking the trend of a new reliever every inning since the 4th for the Blowfish. Dunlap rocks and fires the first pitch inside to Stallman as he kind of flinched at it and backed out of the way. Ball outside, 1-1 to the left-handed hitting first baseman. Brandon, a native of Union, Missouri. About a month-long stretch here where he had his family up from Missouri, his parents and grandparents, as he chops one right back to the pitcher. Dunlap off the mound, spins and throws to first for the first out of the inning.
The second baseman for the HiToms from North Carolina A&T, number
So 1 out, and that brings up Court Maynard for his 4th AB of the game. He's 1 for 3 so far. Singled back in the first on a broken bat that sent the barrel flying past the pitcher's mound. Strikeout, and then a 6-4 fielder's choice that ended the 4th inning. His first time seeing Dunlap, and he swings and misses. Got a good pitch low in the zone, 0-1.
Cam Dunlap has been very impressive since he gave up those leadoff walks to start the last inning. After he turned that double play, it's been all good things for the lefty.
Ball misses low to Maynard, evens up the count, 1-1. One home to Maynard is fouled out of play, and that makes it 1-2. Maynard, the NCAA Aggie. This year the Aggies finished 15-38 overall, just 3-21 in conference play. A loaded schedule for the Aggies. There's a 1-2 home missed outside, evens up the count 2-2. Picked up a win at one point in the season, back on April 12th. It's the University of North Carolina, so a handful of HiToms crossing paths back in April. Probably before a lot of them knew they'd even be playing against each other. As the 2-2 home to Maynard grounded over to third base. Fielded and thrown across the diamond by Amick for the second out.
Well, you know what happened in that 7-6 win over North Carolina was Court Maynard hit a grand slam.
From Charlotte, number 29, Eli Wiesner.
That was part of the reason I wanted to bring that game up. Obviously, a memorable game for him. And I'm sure Eric Grintz as well, who was in the house to watch Court Maynard's Grand Slam. The two teams faced off in Chapel Hill. First pitch swung on and foul back into the netting by Eli Wiesner.
Game was also important for Cam Brantley, another one of the HiToms, because he started his career at North Carolina in 2019, played 7 games for the Tar Heels, and then got to go back to Chapel Hill this year and pull off a victory with NCA&T over his old team.
0-1 is in the dirt, and it gets away from Oakley. Yeah, that NCA&T team now transferring over to the HiToms with Brantley and Maynard and Avery Kane. Maynard and Kane, of course, been here pretty much the whole season. Crossing paths with a lot of their future HiTom teammates over the course of the season. Faced off against High Point University in a 3-game series. Gardner Webb, where they saw 2 former HiTom catchers. Blake, that ball crushed out to left field and deep. Eli Wiesner way gone. Well, there you go. Eli Wiesner breaking the cold spell for the HiToms in this game. A booming shot out to left field. And he gets the HiToms within single digits. It's 12-3 on his 9th home run of the season.
Big blast there from Eli Wiesner. Second time we've seen him hit a home run here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. That one not quite as far as he hit it to left center again. First time he hit one here, it was 415, and that is 9th home run on the season, as you said, Will. And that's just a couple off the league lead, which belongs to Brandon Ike with 11 for Tri-City.
32nd RBI also has him in the top 5 in the CPL in that category.
Don't think Brock Vredenberg is going to be getting caught anytime soon in that category, though, in the CPL.
No, with just 3 games left on the schedule for the HiToms, unless something crazy were to happen here and a comeback was led by Wiesner. And he put up monster numbers the last couple of games of the season. It seems like that leads safe for Brock Vredenberg, but nonetheless, it's been an impressive season for the Lewisburg transfer to UNC Charlotte, another Charlotte transfer for the HiToms. What's impressed you the most about Eli Wiesner?
Well, that he can do it at this level, I think, is the most impressive part, as there's a swing and a miss, 2-1 to Eric Grintz. Eli Wiesner, a guy that played with Lewisburg this year, and you're not seeing the best of arms like you're seeing here at Lewisburg. And this was kind of a tested out summer as he heads to Charlotte next year, where you'll face way higher level of competition. And he's been able to do it against similar levels of competition here in the CPL.
2-1 misses upstairs to Eric Grintz, and it is a hitter's count, 3-1. Yeah, that's the thing. Wiesner has just mashed all season. The batting average has stayed above 360 for a large part of the season, 2 for 4 tonight, and he leads the team in the power hitting categories. Grintz not too far behind him in terms of overall extra base hits, although really pulling away in that home run category has been Wiesner as Grintz draws a walk. That's another place Eric Grintz has excelled with his stint with the HiToms here, his second stint with the HiToms, a single and a walk tonight as he's aboard for the 3rd time. Actually also reached via the fielder's choice in the 1st inning, so that brings up Jarrett Brown, 2 outs but a man on, and 1 run in for the HiToms here in the top half of the 7th inning. Jarrett Brown lifts one out to right center field. That ball given a ride, but it'll hang up for Becerra to make the grab and to end the inning. Stretch time here at Lexington County. HiToms getting 1 back, but it's still a 9-run deficit. We go to the bottom of the 7th, where it is 12-3. You're listening on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
From Coastal Carolina, number 34.
All right, 7th inning stretch wrapped up here at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. A new pitcher on for the HiToms. That'll be Luke Barrow, who relieves Anthony Hausner after 2 innings of scoreless ball. And I thought Hausner looked really good.
Yeah, really good. Obviously, everybody a little bit checked out of this game in a 12-2 lead for the Blowfish, similar to what we saw on Sunday in the game against Wilmington when we saw Jose Vargas go 1-2-3. Might we see Vargas again tonight? We'll have to wait and stick around to find out. But Anthony Hausner really pounded the zone. His second inning was really good, got into some deep counts, threw some good strikeout pitches, and he had 3 strikeouts across those 2 innings. And against this Lexington County Blowfish roster that continues to hit, it was an impressive 2 innings of work for Anthony Hausner.
I think that's the most impressive thing, was that Hausner pitched to contact in his appearance. I think for the first handful of pitchers for the HiToms, they were a little too scared early in the at-bats to pitch to contact, and it led to them making mistakes late in the count, just leaving stuff over the plate that the Blowfish were able to barrel up. So now Luke Barrow's turn out of the pen. See if he can do more of the same of what Hausner was doing and keep the Blowfish at bay at a minimum. HiToms getting 1 back in the top of the 7th off of Eli Wishner's team-leading 9th homer of the summer. As Barrow still taking his warm-up tosses here. And Eric Grintz now throws it down, so we will begin play in a moment here. 3-4-5 coming up. It'll be Brock Vredenberg to lead things off. It'll be his first plate appearance since the 4th inning, where he batted twice and drove in 3 runs in the inning. 4 RBIs on the day, and he's 4 for 4. And what a day for the reigning CPL hitter of the week, as he is continuing the hot streak.
Yeah, Vredenberg's been very impressive. The most impressive of those 4 ABs was the last one, in my opinion. Not trying to do too much. He sliced one through the left side. He just continues to find barrels. It's not like he's going up there swinging with massive cuts to try and hit home runs. It's simple, it's very quick to the baseball, and it's working.
Indeed, Michigan State has a good one. A guy who you expect to be hitting the heart of the order every single day for the Spartans next spring. Ball 1 missed outside from Barrow. Barrow, a right-hander out of Coastal Carolina University, the Chanticleers. And we've seen some really good stuff from Luke Barrow this year. We've seen some times where he struggled with the command, and as a result has struggled on the mound overall. Gets Vredenberg to pop one up into shallow left field. Jared Brown going after it and backtracking. He can't make the grab. It pops out of his glove, and that will put Vredenberg on second. It's got to be an E5 on Jared Brown. We'll see what they rule it. It was an error, at least according to the official scorer here.
Yeah, it's
Lexington
an error
County.
on Jarrett Brown, but the person who it's a real error on is Vito Paterno out in left field. That ball was halfway down the left field line, and if you're Vito Paterno, he was there. He has to call Jarrett Brown off, and it has to be the left fielder's ball there. Not a problem that Jarrett Brown's trying to make the play, and it's a really tough play going all the way back. Vito Paterno has to call him off there, and that's why that ball's dropped, is because Jarrett Brown's trying to make the play instead of Vito Paterno.
Indeed, that ball was hit out a long way, a long run, as the first pitch turned on and crushed, but it's well foul off the bat of Brody Hopkins. Paterno probably should call for that one as the outfielder, but nonetheless, an error by the HiToms, their first of the game, and it puts a man in scoring position with nobody out. for the designated hitter Hopkins, who does not have a hit yet today. Struck out twice, reached on a fielder's choice and a walk. And he's behind in the count 0-2 as Barrow pumps his fastball by him. Barrow working from the stretch, has a sign and will deal home. Yanked a slider, and it's 1-2. Pretty tame crowd for the most part tonight here at Lexington County. But it has been a long night, so they're enjoying a very comfortable 12-3 lead. Another breaking ball. Barrow goes to, but he missed it outside to even up the count 2-2.
Yeah, Barrow wants to know where that missed. It missed outside. And it's been impressive. We talked about it in the first inning what the Blowfish were playing for tonight. They were eliminated from playoff contention just earlier this week. And clearly they're playing for pride, and they've done so very well tonight.
Playing for pride, playing to be a spoiler is a big swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 1. As Barrow got him to chase one down in the zone.
Yeah, and they're playing to get spots next year at their colleges. All of this stuff matters to college coaches. And this is where you really find out a lot about your players. 4 games left in the season, not anything to challenge for in terms of playoffs. And what do they do? Do they pack it up? Do they come out here and strike out 3 times every night? Or do they come out and go 4 for 4 with 4 really good ABs? And that's what we've seen from most of this lineup tonight. Top to bottom, it's been impressive.
Ball 1 to Tristan Becerra, a guy who, like you mentioned, trying to earn playing time in a crowded Clemson lineup. He's 2 for 2 tonight with a RBI and a pair of walks. He was ACC Academic Honor Roll in his redshirt season last year. Ball missed outside, 2-0 to him. Comes from a family of athletes. His dad, Jack, played basketball at State University of New York, Potsdam. And a native of Greenville, South Carolina, is Tristan. As a hitter's count 2-0. Barrow misses low, 3-0 now.
That's what we've seen so far this summer from Barrow, hit or miss. After a really good AB to get a strikeout from Hopkins, now he just throws 3 straight balls, not too close on any of them. And that's the concern with Barrow so far this season is the walk numbers.
3-0 home, misses upstairs. There is the walk for Barrow. And that'll put 2 men on base for Ward Hacklin. And still just 1 away here in the bottom half of the 7th. Already a 12-3 lead. And you can never have too many insurance runs if you're Lexington County.
This team just keeps on producing at the plate. Over the past week, they've put up crazy good numbers. Started off in the last time these two teams played, as there's a big swing and a miss for strike 1, when they put up 14 against the HiToms, an impressive showing, a couple home runs at Finch Field. And then they kept it going, put up 14 against Macon, 7 against Savannah, 3 more against Savannah, 6 against Ashboro, and 8 against Forest City.
Ball missed low, 1-1, as it was low and away.
So even with some of the best members of this lineup leaving, such as Braylon Marine, they've still been able to get it done at the plate over the past 7 days.
They're really getting hot and trying to finish the season strong, and so far succeeding at it as Hacklin swings and misses. 1-2. Went to Dutch Fork High School here in South Carolina, a native of Irmo. Behind in the count, though, 1-2 to Luke Barrow, who's trying to pick up his 2nd strikeout of the evening. He gets a swing and a foul at the plate by Hacklin. Irmo not that far away. Just about a 20-minute drive north of here around Lake Murray in South Carolina. Part of the Columbia metropolitan area. 1-2 pitch home from Macklin, and he swings and misses. Nasty slider just fell off the table from Barrow, and it's his second K of the game. Brings up Price Alexander. 2 away, 2 men on.
Here's the center fielder for the Blowfish from Columbia National, number 23, Price Alexander.
Alexander still without a base knock. Amazingly, with 13 hits, there are still 3 guys in this lineup that have not picked up a base hit. All 3 of them, well, those players have reached via the walk. But nonetheless, they're all trying to get in the hit column too. Big swing and a miss, though, by Alexander for strike 1. HiToms could use another 0 here. Be the first time they've put up 3 consecutive zeros in the game. 5 in the first, 7 in the fourth for the Blowfish. 1 run apiece for the HiToms in the second, fourth, and 7th. As the ball missed low, 1-1. And again, an off day tomorrow for the HiToms. A good chance to reset the batteries. But then the final 3 games of the season. You got Thursday at Forest City. Friday at home for the home finale. That'll be host family appreciation night, as well as the final burgers and brews of the season. And then Saturday, the HiToms on the road taking on the Wilson Tobbs.
And we said a little earlier on, this doesn't officially eliminate the HiToms from playoff positions, but they have to win the last 3 games.
2-1 is lifted foul out of play, evens up the count, and Barrow 1 strike away from getting out of the 7th inning. I neglected to mention that game on Friday at home against the Asheboro Zookeepers for the HiToms. And the HiToms losers at Asheboro, their last time out there. Part of this 7-game and 7-day stretch. As a 2-2 comes home, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Drop third strike with men on, nowhere to go for Alexander. So 3 Ks in the inning for Luke Barrow. He leaves 2 men stranded. We go to the 8th, 12-3 Blowfish. You're listening on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
Manufacturing.
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals,
Finding your purpose.
your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Brian Kowalski going to be the new pitcher for the Lexington County Blowfish here. The Catawba College product comes in relief of Danny Beal. Won a couple innings. Or beg your pardon, I'm looking at the wrong game here. Flipped a few back. Comes in for Cam Dunlap.
For the HiToms, the center fielder from the North Carolina A&T, number 27, Cam Brantley.
And he will face Cam Brantley to start off the 8th inning of work here. Right-hander deals, and he missed way outside. Ball 1. Liner right back in the netting. And it evens the count at 1-1 to Brantley, who is hitless on the night, 0 for 2 with a walk in his last plate appearance back in the 6th. Kowalski, a guy coming off his final year of eligibility at Catawba, was a grad student there. Grounder over to first. Vredenberg goes to a knee, flips on to Kowalski, who covers the bag for the first out of the inning. 3-1 on the putout. Kowalski stands at 6'3", 175 on the year, a 5.68 ERA, a 1-0 record in just 6 1/3 innings pitched. Paired in only 3 games at Catawba this year, 4 2/3 innings there, and allowing just 1 earned run. He's a native of Oviedo, Florida, so coming a long way. Come play at Catawba. Ball 1 high, and with 1 out, Rowan Watt at the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the night. Pair of walks, bookending his 4th inning single. He's come around to score twice as the HiToms designated hitter. Kowalski has also pitched at Haggerty and Pfeiffer. So he's made a couple of stops in his collegiate career. Finds the outside corner, 2-1 to Watt. It's the UNCG product looking to pick up his second base hit of the night. Takes a look at a good bender in the zone, 2-2. Nice pitch from Kowalski. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning here is Kowalski, just trying to put the HiToms to bed early in this one. No messing around as a liner right back up the middle, kicks off the pitcher's mound and into center field. It's the second base knock of the game for Rowan Watt. Again, we have seen the HiToms make a couple of comebacks against the Lexington County Blowfish. This would be the biggest one if they're able to pull it off.
Yeah, and to be fair to the HiToms, they haven't hit the ball poorly tonight. It's just been a lot of unfortunate breaks, and the pitching hasn't kept them in it. Those 2 big innings really took this team out of it early on. When it got back to 5-2 in the top of the 4th, it felt like the HiToms were hitting the ball well enough, getting to the bullpen early, that they had a chance in this game, and then the 7-run inning just took them completely out of this game.
Yeah, those long innings can just be so deflating, and when you have 2 of them that early on, it's hard to gain that momentum back, especially when the bullpen has held the HiToms in check as well as it has. And it's a good 3-inning start, too, from Parker Whittle, even though he will get a no decision on his outing for not going the minimum of 5 to qualify for a win. 0-1 now, quickly 0-2 to the HiToms shortstop, Jose Vargas, hitless on the night. A sacrifice bunt, a ground out to the pitcher, and a double play. How Jose Vargas' night has gone. Behind in the count 0-2 with a man at first. It's Rowan Watt. That ball missed outside, 1-2. Jose heading to Grambling State next year, as we have mentioned before. And he goes down swinging for strike 3. 2 away, and it brings up Vito Paterno, who's driven in 2 of the 3 HiToms runs in the game tonight.
The left fielder for the HiToms from Mount Olive, number 23, Vito Paterno.
A fun fact just about Grambling State University down in Grambling, Louisiana. One of their most notable, 2 of their most notable alumni, Erica Badu and Willis Reed, the former NBA player. So Jose going to a school of celebrities. Vito Paterno now at the plate from the University of Mount Olive. Always fun to look at schools and see who their famous alumni are. It won't surprise you. Every school's got one or two. You just say, who? I had no idea. They were an alum of Grambling State or University of Mount Olive, whatever the case is. Ball misses low, and trotting down to second is Rowan Watt. I believe it was a balk called, as he was awarded a free base, and the pitch does not count. 2-0 to Vito Paterno. So Watt moving into scoring position. Another RBI opportunity here now for Paterno. As he takes a look at strike one, 2-1. 2 for 3 on the night for Vito. A good night for him at the plate. A couple of sharply hit singles. And you like to see it for the HiToms left fielder. Another guy trying to finish the season strong. Been with the HiToms the whole season as he lifts one out to left field, going back a few steps, but then coming in and making the grab on the run is Becerra for out number 3. So a 1-out single by Rowan Watt is left stranded. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. HiToms just 3 outs left to work with here in Lexington. Still a 12-3 lead for the Blowfish.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000?
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Well, Luke Barrow comes out for his second inning of work in the bottom of the 8th. As he'll look to keep the Blowfish scoreless for another inning. Did a good job of it back in the 7th after an E5 started out the inning, and he issued a 1-out walk. Struck out the next 2 batters and struck out all 3 to get his outs in the 7th. It is a 12-3 lead for the Blowfish. Only scoring 2 innings, but all their damage done with a 5-run second, a 7-run fourth. If you're just joining us, 1 run for the HiToms in the 2nd, 4th, and 7th innings, respectively. And we'll see 8-9-1 up for the Blowfish. Travis Elliott, Caleb Oakley, and Crosby Jones, barring any pinch hitters we might see here.
The shortstop from the Citadel, number 9, Travis.
But I don't know that we'll see any of those for the Blowfish, as they'll just keep on rolling with the lineup that's been working so far. Travis Elliott, 3 for 4 on the night with 3 runs driven in from the Citadel. HiToms saw another one of his Citadel teammates last night in Will Holmes, the starter for Forest City. It was his first start of the season with the Owls, and after a guy who had spent a lot of time in the Ken, he looked really good. Went 6 innings. First pitch swung on and fouled back into the netting. You know, we were talking about famous alumni at those universities. For Luke Barrow at Coastal Carolina, quite a few. A couple former NFL players. You've got Mike Tolbert, the former Carolina Panthers running back. Tyler Thigpen. As that ball lined past Brandon Stallman at first into right field. It's a 0-1 swinging base hit for Travis Elliott. Make him 4 for 5 on the night. Then I talk about the night Brock Vredenberg's had. Travis Elliott has been equally as good.
We'll get you a scoreboard update here in the CPL. Just to the couple games that really matter. Wilmington 7-3 in the 9th on Florence, 12-3 here, 8-4 the lead from Morehead City on Tri-City. The two that really matter right now are Holly Springs and Wilson. Wilson tied 4-4 in the top of the 9th against Peninsula, and a 7-1 lead for Holly Springs in the top of the 9th. And when you look at the standings, it will come down to overall in the East, and those are the two teams competing for it.
First pitch foul back into the netting.
Coming into tonight, it was a 24-18 record for Wilson and a 23-20 record for Holly Springs, meaning a 1.5 game lead in the overall for Wilson. Holly Springs hoping that Peninsula can win that one, and then it would just be a half game separating the two.
Yeah, that'll be big for Wilson. It really puts more pressure on their matchup with the HiToms on Saturday up at Fleming Stadium. Strike two, and Barrow is ahead, 0-2.
And you add into the fact that the Tops play the Salamanders tomorrow. If Peninsula wins that game, not first place, but a playoff spot will be very much competed for tomorrow.
We'll expect a playoff atmosphere in that game between Holly Springs and Wilson.
HiToms are yet to beat the Tops this year, looking to do that on Saturday in the final game of the regular season.
You know, Wilson going to be trying to lay it out all on the line as a 1-2 fouled out to play onto the roof by Oakley. He stays alive. A Wilson team that came oh so close to winning the first half over the Morehead City Marlins. Came down to the final weekend there as well for Wilson, but they just faded a little bit in a couple of games against the Marlins, and by the end of the weekend they ended up a couple of games out of that first place spot and turned into a comfortable win of the first half for Morehead City, and now they clinched it early. The first team to clinch anything here in the second half, as the Marlins coming in tonight were at 16-3 in the second half. Just remarkable for them. I mean, really absolute dominance in a period where a lot of teams, they start to fade or cool off because they're losing so many players. The Marlins have gotten stronger.
Yeah, Marlins just keep on rolling, as do the Bananas, at the likely Pettit Cup Championship playoff matchup.
2-2 in the dirt. They say Oakley went around, and he is down on strikes for the first out. 4th K of the outing for Luke Barrow.
And what Morehead City and Savannah have done is so impressive, but once you get into the playoffs, only 4 teams make it, but it's a 2 out of 3 series. And you never know in a 2 out of 3 series. Anybody can win 2 out of 3 games against anybody in this league. And so it'll be very competitive and fun to watch the Pettit Cup playoffs.
Yeah, it really is a roll of the dice in a 3-game series. First pitch, a fastball off the end of the bat and out of play by Crosby Jones, 0-1.
Interesting, I was looking at the HiToms schedule earlier, and the Tops are trying to go undefeated against HPT across 6 games this season. Only one other team will finish undefeated against the HiToms this year. Will you know who it is?
I believe not Holly Springs, because the HiToms beat Holly Springs at home early on in the season.
That's correct. HiToms went 1-2 against the Salamanders this year.
1-2, yep. Certainly not Forest City. We've played them an awful lot. Not Ashboro, because I know the HiToms picked up a couple wins picked up 1 win against the Zookeeper that season series at 1-1 with the finale on Friday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jones down for the 3rd time tonight on the strikeout. 5th K for Luke Barrow, 2nd in a row. Who could it be? This is a good piece of trivia here. I'm drawing a blank. I feel like it has to be someone that the HiToms have not played a lot. Wilmington, the Sharks?
No, the HiToms beat the
Sharks
at home.
That was on the season opener.
Put your answers in the YouTube comment section. We'll see who can get the answer right.
Keep an eye on that. That ball comes inside and got a piece of Amick. And he tosses the bat over to first. Looked like it caught him upstairs.
How about this? We'll give the answer away when we come back for the top of the ninth.
I like that. I will try not to cheat on it because I can very easily pull up the season standings for the HiToms and peruse through it. But I'll play fair. I'll play nice this time around.
We'll give Will a couple minutes to think like everybody else and see if he can come up with it, see if you can come up with it at home.
Really feels like I should know this. I'm dropping the ball here. Got to be someone against the East, or someone from the East, right? Oh, first pitch swinging for Brock Vredenberg, and it's caught right up against the wall. Cam Brantley running back all the way. That ball given a ride, but to the deepest part of the park.
Well, it
ball
seems
probably
like
hit 393.
Seems like that's the only way you can get Brock Vredenberg out right now. He hits one 2 feet away from getting out of here, and you run and catch it.
Cam Brantley makes a running grab on the warning track, butting up to the wall for out number 3. 2 more men left stranded by the Blowfish. We go to the 9th inning. Last at bats coming up for the HiToms as they trail it by 9. We'll have a trivia answer for you, too, when we return on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Top of the 9th now. Bottom of the 8th just wrapped up as Luke Barrow completed his second scoreless inning of work. HiToms will send 9-1-2 to the plate. Stallman, Maynard, and Wiesner in their last at-bats. And Brock Vredenberg nearly missed a 3-run blast as Cam Brantley tracked it down, and Vredenberg finishes the night 5 for 6, continuing his hot streak. And turns out his 3 RBIs tonight also helped him become the all-time leader in RBIs for a season as the first pitch swung on and grounded over to third. 1 out as Brandon Stallman retired on 1 pitch in the 9th. So the all-time leader in RBIs for Brock Vredenberg in a season for Lexington County, and he did it in 12 fewer games than the previous leader. A remarkable accomplishment for Vredenberg, and he has torched just about everybody in the CPL this season, but getting the best of the HiToms tonight as his Blowfish up 12-3. 1 away for Court Maynard here. Andrew, before we run out of time.
You got an answer for me?
I didn't even think about it. I know it's not Tri-City because the HiToms defeated Tri-City a couple times.
Undefeated against Tri-City, 3-0 this year.
That's right. That's right. They handed them 3 L's. Oh, my gosh. I can't even think. Unless this is some type of trick question. Could it be Peninsula, the Pilots?
It is the Pilots. The HiToms only played Peninsula once this season. Came early this year. It was just the 5th game of the season for the HiToms, and they lost 16-4 at home.
Maynard skies a 2-0 up on the infield, running in a long way. At first was the shortstop, but then calling him off is the third baseman, Amick, to make the grab for out number 2. Elliott was coming in at first, but Amick comes in a little further right in front of the pitcher's mound for the second out of the inning. HiToms down to their final out. It's Eli Wiesner, who's 2 for 4 on the night. Homered back in the 7th inning, but it was just a solo shot. Representing the 3rd run of the game for the HiToms. It is a 12-3 ball game here. Ball missed outside from Brian Kowalski, on for his 2nd inning of work here. Worked a scoreless 8th inning, giving up a 1-out single to Rowan Watt. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Will the count to Eli Wiesner. Again, Will Trubshaw, Andrew Sullivan here with you on HiTom Radio. Glad you could join us tonight. Not the result the HiToms have been looking for so far. The ball missed outside, 2-1, but still 3 games to work with on the season, and they become crucial games. Thursday against Forest City, Friday at home against Asheboro, wrapping up the season Saturday at Wilson. Strike finds the outside corner to Wiesner, 2-2 the count.
Yeah, and the HiToms could be eliminated from the playoff races as early as Thursday if the results don't go well or if they lose.
2-2 fouled out of play by Wiesner. That's the thing, so the HiToms will wait with bated breath on the results tomorrow. They're hoping things break their way.
Desperately need a Savannah win over Macon tomorrow. Even if Macon does win, the HiToms hang on by a thread to playoff hopes. But any loss the rest of the way eliminates HPT.
2-2 fouled out of play again. And we have a winner on the in-game YouTube chat. That's right, our Trent Bryles. You are correct, it was the Pilots as well.
We got a Macon answer. They didn't beat the Macon Bacon. They also didn't play them. So.
Technically correct. That's why I went for a second. I was thinking this is a trick question because of the HiToms haven't played Savannah or Macon. So technically they have not beaten either of those teams, but they haven't lost to them either. Three-2 pitch to Wiesner. Lifts it foul out of play again, staying alive. HiToms with just the 1 strike to work with right now. Eli Wiesner trying to extend the game just a little bit longer for HPT. A 3-2 home. Lifted in the air, out to left field again. That ball is deep, but it's going to shore up just shy of the warning track for out number 3. Well, Eli Wiesner just missed it. And that's how the game ends. HiToms lose 12-3 as the Blowfish rout them in Lexington County. Well, Andrew, felt like a must-win game for the HiToms, but they just did not have anything go their way tonight. Lexington County hits them around to the tune of 12 runs on 15 hits. I mean, what is there to say for the HiToms right now?
Yeah, it was never going to be easy coming down the stretch with the number of players that the HiToms were expecting to lose down the stretch. The pitching has been a problem, hasn't been great all season long, and losing some of the best pitchers and having to play 7 games in 7 days doesn't help either. And for the HiToms, the Blowfish got hot at the wrong time, and they rout them twice in the span of a week. And for the HiToms, they just haven't had it at the plate the last 4 days. The most runs they've scored in 4 days tonight just being 3. So offensively, it just hasn't been there over the past 4 days. And ultimately, this final stretch is what will cost them a playoff spot, most likely. Still not over, but they have to win out and get some other help elsewhere.
Yeah, can't write them off just yet, but they are in dire straits. Let's get one more final scoreboard update in the CPL, Andrew.
That's right. Will Wilson is now taking a 5-4 lead to the bottom of the 9th, trying to win over Peninsula and try and improve on the season. It's actually been a walk-off as Wilson was hosting, so Wilson wins 5-4. Holly Springs is victorious 7-1, so it's still a game-and-a-half lead for the Tops for that second playoff spot in the East. 10-5 win for the Asheboro Zookeepers over the Carolina Disco Turkeys in an exhibition. 7-4 win for the Sharks over the Flamingos. Marlins up 11-4 over the Chili Peppers in the top of the 9th, and 12-3 your final score here.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Once again, as you said, 12-3 the final score here. HiToms do win the season series over Lexington County 3-2. But the last 2 losses, the 2 most important to the HiToms results, this season. The winning pitcher in this game is Dylan Crowley, who pitched the 5th inning. Loser for the HiToms will be Caleb Cozart. He gave up 5 runs and 6 hits in an inning and 2/3. Didn't make it out of the 2nd inning. Once again, back in action tomorrow at Forest City. We'll be on the radio for HiTom Radio between...
It's actually Thursday at 4.
Thursday. What am I talking about? I'm getting ahead of myself. Friday will be the next time we're at home on HiTom TV. Thank you for the reminder there, Andrew. We're all
we don't want you driving down to Forest City on your own tomorrow, Will.
That would, well, you know, that I wouldn't want to drive down there on Friday either, because then I'd miss the HiToms home game. That'd be a problem. Anyway, Thursday on the road on HiToms Radio. Andrew and I will have the call. Friday back home for the last time at Finch Field and on HiTom TV. We hope to have a special edition of the HiTom TV pregame show for that, and then the HiToms wrap it up on Saturday at Wilson. We'll have HiTom Radio for that too. For my partner, Andrew Sullivan, I'm Will Trubshaw signing off. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast tonight, and we will see you once again tomorrow as the HiToms try to close out the season on a high note.